This is TNA, the new face of professional wrestling. The King of the Mountain match.
Nowhere in the world is there a match like this.
It's not just a match, it's an event.
It is the most perilous match ever devised for the reigning world champion.
We'll take you a little bit down memory lane and let you know what King of the Mountain means to me.
Historic, first ever King of the Mountain. The Truth has got the belt in hand. He's got the guitar. It's over. Jarrett's the champ again.
I am the King of the Mountain. I earned the right to call myself the King of the Mountain because I won the very first ever King of the Mountain match.
All the odds are stacked against the champion.
In the history of the King of the Mountain, no champion has ever retained his title.
It's every man for himself.
There's going to be a new monarchy in TNA. Long live the new king.
Will history repeat itself tonight, or will history be made?
I don't have any warning for any of the challengers into the King of the Mountain match. Just a promise. The promise that every time I step foot in the ring as a world heavyweight champion, that I would die to remain that.
5 will battle.
5 egos going in, 5 guys who want to climb that ladder and hang the belt.
5 men enter, 1 man leaves.
There's going to be 5 opponents fighting for one piece of gold, but that gold represents a hell of a lot.
NWA World Heavyweight Champion Christian Cage, former NWA World Champion Jeff Jarrett, former NWA World Champion Ron the Truth Killings, former NWA World Tag Team Champion Abyss, former World Champion Sting.
I am going to come after you, Jeff Jarrett. I'm going to be relentless until you are removed once and for all.
I respect Sting. I respect what he stands
There'll
for.
be a turning point in this match where Sting's ego and Christian's ego cancel each other out when they go head up.
Jeff, you better be ready. Christian, you better be ready.
He's coming in to try and take something that belongs to me.
And that's when the King of the Mountain is going to seize his opportunity.
He needs to realize that it's the Christian Cage era now.
5 will battle. 4 will fall.
There's going to be a bunch of ass whooping going on in there.
You got to have eyes in the back of your
There's
head.
going to be a new monarchy in TNA.
Only one will rise and become King of the Mountain.
No disrespect to Abyss, to Ron Killings, to Jeff Jarrett, or to even you, the legendary Sting. This is my time! My time! My time! Welcome to TNA's 4-year anniversary. Tonight, get ready for the highly anticipated one-on-one showdown. It's Samoa Joe versus Scott Steiner. Plus, Christian Cage defends the NWA World Title against 4 challengers in the King of the Mountain match. Slammiversary is next. Check this out, Don. Team 3D and the James Gang, they're not waiting for introductions. Those of you that joined us on the Slammiversary pre-show, you saw the open challenge. Team 3D went to the back. The James Gang, well, they come out because Brother Ray and Brother Devon are bringing them to the ring, and it's time for the Bingo Hall Brawl. And look at this, the chairs. If you got memories from what happened in Philadelphia, you see it again. Chairs flying into the ring, and Team 3D, they brought the fight right to the James Gang. I'm telling you, you can feel how amped up it is here in this building. It's Slammiversary. It's in the making. It's the bingo. It is the Bingo Hall Brawl. Oh, you're right. The chair's in the ring. Look at that. Brother Ray's got one, but one of the James Gang, how about Kip James? Oh, and he caught him. He drilled him right in the midsection with the steel chair. Perfectly played. Oh, and you can see them just clashing them like swords right there with each other. Oh, nice boot right there, though, by Kip. Oh, steel chair shot to the back of Brother Ray, courtesy of Kip James. Quite honestly, and look at that! He comes right back at him. Swing and a miss with the clothesline. Luckily got the chair up. Well, he just overwhelmed it. drilled him with the chair pin. No.
Well, that's the teamwork of the James gang right there. But Brother Devon with the kendo stick up, he doesn't waste any time and just sends the both. And man, you can just feel the sting of that. And that's the teamwork of Team 3D.
You know, the description, Don, that you've used for these two teams, it's so appropriate. Two of the most highly decorated tag teams in the history of our business. They're going head-to-head. They're going to try and settle it here in this bingo hall brawl to determine who's the best team.
Oh, nice shot again by Brother Devon. I'm telling you, the James gang, Mike, has got to settle in here. They've got to settle down. The emotion is going on with Team 3D. But there you see Kip James using his smarts. But look at that. There's the combination. That's the teamwork I'm talking about.
Brother Devon going to roll him over, go for the pin. Slick Johnson down for just a 2 count. Now, Brother Ray, he picked up the kendo stick. Wow, just wrapped it right around the steel post. BG James avoiding the contact.
If you were expecting conventional wrestling in this match, you're not going to get it. This is a brawl. This has become a fight. This has become about pride. It's become about honor. And it is just two teams that respected each other so greatly now have a hatred for each other that just runs deep.
For those of you that joined us last month, our Sacrifice pay-per-view, it was the James gang using a lead pipe to get the win over Team 3D. The video footage, Don, that we talked about during the pre-show between these two teams that aired on Impact. Check this out. Oh, they're over in the LAX area, and Homicide and Hernandez putting the boots to Devon.
Well, he went over there to the tremendous zone. Look at that. Conan and BG James showing a little bit of resolve. I thought for a minute that Conan just sent him out.
Well, you know that Conan, Moody Jack, as well as his Latin American exchange, they've set up that border area over by the Spanish broadcast position. And boy, you walk over into that border area, and you're taking your life into your own hands.
Right here in front of us, Brother Ray is setting something up. He's grabbed part of the guardrail. Look at this, if we can get a shot over here, as Brother Ray is setting this thing up. And you can see Kip James still struggling over there after a few shots that he's taken. Oh, man, but he comes in and gives him the right.
You're right. Right hand right to the jaw. Brother Ray right here at the broadcast position, but Kip James takes him and tosses him right on the entrance ramp, follows up with a shot to the back.
First time I've ever seen anybody grab part of the guardrail and then set it up.
Try and toss Brother Ray over towards those chairs in the guardrail, but he put on the brakes and then the high hip toss, and Kip James ends up back first right on that safety rail.
Oh, think of the pain that's got to cause, landing right on that steel right there. He bent his arm went through it, and I can see right here in front of me, as you see, BG goes right over the rail into Brother Devon.
How often do you see that? BG James going high risk, jumping over the rail.
You know, but that's a good point, Mike. These two teams bring out the best in each other. It makes them want to do things that they wouldn't normally do because they want to show the other one that they're the whole package, and it's just become a brawl as you see Devon and BG out in the crowd. The crowd can't even get out of it. Brother Ray following along.
I mean, this is what we anticipated, Don. The bingo hall brawl match between these two teams. You know that they're going to tear it down, and TNA's going to turn them loose.
I mean, what else can you do? You saw what happens when these guys get together. We saw the visual of 100 chairs flying. And look at this. Everybody handing it to them. They want to be a part of it. And BG James, oh, man, right in between them both, just being knocked back and forth.
How's that for a little interactive TNA Slammiversary pay-per-view? Fans holding the steel chair. Brother Ray, Brother Devon taking BG James and driving him headfirst right into the steel.
Here comes Kip James, and he's got the lid. Gets it, looks like right on the top there of Brother Ray. Oh, he didn't hit him clean at first, but he catches him clean there, and he pulls him in there.
And the beauty of the bingo hall brawl, this is all legal.
Who's going to put rules on these guys?
How could you? No restrictions. Bingo hall brawl matchup. James Gang, Team 3D. What a way to kick off our 4-year anniversary pay-per-view event, Slammiversary.
This is one of those where just the right shot with the right chair or the right rail, obviously, or anything that they can use, kendo stick, can turn momentum around. Right now, it looked like the James Gang was finally starting to get it on their side, but as you can see, BG's got to work through this crowd, and it's not easy, and he can't keep his momentum going. And right here in front of us, Brother Ray bringing out more stuff. Oh my gosh, what a mess this has become.
Trash can loaded with weapons, tossed into the ring, and Don, you're right. They are sardined into the impact zone tonight. It is definitely standing room only for Slammiversary. What did Jimmy Hart say? 600+ away?
That was just from the park.
From inside the park here at University
get
Park.
through.
My God.
They were lined up already at City Walk from like 9 a.m. and look at that. What's that? Pull out a brawl?
Well, you never know what Brother Ray's going to bring in that trash can full of weapons, using the bra as a necktie to wrap it around the neck and kick James that way.
Oh, the cheese grater. Oh, man. Nice low blow right there, and it was perfectly placed, perfectly timed by Kip James. Just think what he kept from happening. That cheese grater just grated across the skin, but it looks like Brother Ray caught him anyway.
You're right. Kip James charged at Brother Ray, went airborne, and got nailed right in the head.
Boy, I wouldn't want to be referee Slick Johnson in this situation. What are you going to tell these guys? What they can and can't do? I mean, they're hitting them with anything that's not nailed down.
Oh, you're right. Pretty tough to lay down the law and order in this one.
Oh, man.
Cheese grater, meat forehead.
Oh, I just cringed when you think of that. Oh, you can see what it did.
God, he
just ground the skin, and man, BG and
just sliced him right open with that cheese grater, and now BG and Devon, both with the trash can chops, and both knocked each other out as a close-up look of a bloody Kip James.
Well, there's only one result that can happen when steel meets flesh, and steel always wins.
Devon going to try and make his way back up to his feet. BG, Brother Ray, mid-ring, scooping a slam by Big Brother Ray.
This has been a match with a series of momentum switches, but right now it's all Team 3D. And here goes Brother Devon.
Check this out. From the top. Here comes Brother Devon. Check out that lighting.
He got the garbage can lit up. He went right into the garbage can lid, Mike. Oh, what a smart move by BG.
Uh-oh. Now what?
Oh, no. No.
Has he been watching the Slammiversary? Oh,
yowza! Ow! Oh, BG's going to sing soprano now.
Kip James going to try and fight back. Oh, Brother Ray went for the trash can shot. Instead, Kip just drove him face first right into the trash can. Gonna roll him over and go for the cover. Here's one. Here's two. Oh! Only two.
Brother Ray just able to kick out. I mean, this match is just one blow away from ending. They're hitting each. Look at the blood coming down from Kip James' face when he got the cheese grater raked over him. But he's not stopping. It's now all about emotion. It's all about showing who's the better team, the most decorative. And look at this, Kip James in total control on Brother Devon right now.
Repeated shots to the top of the head, but from behind, Brother Ray with the kendo stick.
What a way to start Slammiversary. And he's got him on his shoulders, and here goes Brother Devon. BG's down, he can't help. Oh, that's teamwork.
They just doomsdayed him off the top. Pin.
Two. No, he got up.
No, only two.
I thought it was over right there. Thought it was over. You could see Team 3D thought it was over.
Now what? That's what.
And they yelled it loud, and they're going for it.
In unison. The crowd here at Slammiversary at the Impact Zone. Get the tables, and Team 3D's about ready to oblige.
Oh, they're putting them in right now. You had to expect this. I mean, this was a situation where the James gang basically called out Team 3D and called out their roots in this business and who was playing in front of the bigger crowds. Well, obviously, Team 3D took it personal, but he forgot about BG James.
Don't turn your back on BG James, especially when he's got a weapon in his hand. Devon going to try and toss him up, and does, and over out to the arena floor. Now they can turn their attention to Kip James, but Kip actually, he's got him hooked here. Going to go for that Missouri boat ride, but it was blocked by Devon. Going to take him out.
Here it is! 3D right into the table!
Through the table! Cover! One count! Two!
It's done!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the Bingo Hall Brawl, Team 3D!
Happy anniversary!
Oh, what a way to start, Professor! I mean, we saw everything in this building used in this match. Team 3D gets it done, and when you think about it, you know what I realized? James Gang won it the last time. Team 3D wins it this time.
Oh, you're right, Don. Celebration here at Slammiversary for Team 3D. Let's take another look.
Oh, they got it here, and there you know the 3D's coming, and they set it up perfectly over the table, and that was it for Kip James.
There you see referee Slick Johnson makes the count as they raise the hand of Team 3D. Look at Kip James, the blood flowing from his head. Boy, Team 3D really took it to the James gang. Let's hear from Brother Ray.
Hey! Yo, you know it damn well. That's how it should be done. Yes. That's hardcore.
With an exclamation point on the end. Wow. And hello once again, everyone, from ringside at Slammiversary. Mike Tenay joined, as always, by Don West. Well, we kicked it off with the Bingo Hall Brawl, DW. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have so much more in store for you tonight at this great Slammiversary pay-per-view event. DW, let's tell everybody what we have in terms of the lineup.
Let's start it off. It's a handicap match. It's the War Machine Rhino. He wants Bobby Roode, and he also wants Coach D'Amore. Think about the possibilities in that.
X Division Challenge. Yes, Kevin Nash says he's going to take over the X Division, but he's got to face the former X Division title holder, Chris Sabin.
It's the last chance for the phenomenal AJ Styles and the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels if they want any chance at tag team gold against America's Most Wanted.
Who's the toughest man in TNA? Is it Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, or is it the unbeaten Samoan submission machine Samoa Joe? We'll find out tonight.
And it's King of the Mountain, Sting, the Truth, the Champ Christian Cage, Jeff Jarrett, and the Monster Abyss. Only one walks out of that match as the champ.
Oh, you're right, Don. It's the NWA World Heavyweight Championship on the line in that big King of the Mountain matchup. I'm getting word that Jeremy Borash is standing by in the back with one of the competitors in that King of the Mountain matchup. Let's hear from JB and Jeff Jarrett.
Backstage live with the self-proclaimed King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett, the new face of TNA management is here. He is in the building, and using your own words for tonight and the World Heavyweight title situation, for you, it's do or die.
You're exactly right, JB. It's do or die for the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett. But it's nights like this are the reason that I got into the professional wrestling business. It's nights like this that good performers become great. My entire life, everybody said, Jeff can't do this or Jeff can't do that. What have I done? I've excelled. From my college days when they said I was too small, too short, and too slow to play basketball, what did I do? I became academic All-American. From the time I stepped foot in the wrestling business, my very first year, I was named Rookie of the Year. And then countless money matches, time after time after time again. I've exceeded. I've come through when it's become clutch time. Just like Joe Montana in the fourth quarter. 2 touchdowns down, he always came out on top. When October rolls around, Reggie Jackson was become Mr. October because he came through in the clutch. And Michael Jordan, when he stepped onto the basketball court in Game 7, it was a lock. Well, you're looking at the Michael Jordan, the Reggie Jackson, the Joe Montana of the professional wrestling business. When my back's against the wall, it's when I do it the very, very best. And Slammiversary, 4 years ago, total nonstop action was put on the map. Critics didn't give us 6 damn weeks, 6 weeks to stay alive. And here we are celebrating our 4-year anniversary. Well, tonight, in the King of the Mountain match, the match I made famous, nowhere else in the world can you see this match. But 5 guys go in, and 1 guy goes out the champion. And Sting, you says your agenda, your priorities are to keep me from winning the title. Well, I think you're bluffing. I think you've got a poker face on because you've got a massive ego. Always have and always will. And then you've got the champion Christian Cage with another massive ego. Well, you 2 guys, there's going to be a moment of truth in this match, and you're going to come head up, face to face, and your egos are going to cancel you out. And Ron the Truth Killing Abyss, don't think you're going to be smart enough to slip in the back door. Because tonight, just like it's always been in the history of TNA. It's my blood, it's my sweat, and it's my tears that's got us to where we're at. And tonight, I'm regaining what's rightfully mine, and that's my title.
Jeff, I've been trying to get a hold of you, man. I got some bad news.
Larry, I've called you nonstop since Thursday night.
I've called you back. You never answer your phone. Listen, the new face of TNA management is exactly who you thought it was, and it don't look good.
And now you think's a fine time to tell me 2 hours before match time, Larry, you have screwed up crap time and time again in TNA. And you know what? I've always fixed it. And tonight will be no different.
Larry, who is it?
Right on the monster of this, the first two to face off. Only one advances to Slammiversary and to being the king of the mountain man.
Slam after the interference, too. No. Abyss advances because of that.
I went to Nabisco, and I told him what match I wanted at Slammiversary. It's a handicap match. Me versus Bobby Roode and any member of Team Canada I choose. Me versus you versus Coach Demore. Yeah!
You want to play along with me? The future's hindsight prophecy. And if there's time to let me in, then there's time for me to win. Brings me back to what I choose. Light the fuse and you can use me. Survive, I wanna feel alive. Gonna hit it and fly over. Put two, I wanna make it through. Gonna hit it and fly over. Free flow, I'm gonna let it go. Gonna hit it and fly over. No ground, I'm never coming down. Gonna hit it and fly.
Come on. Enough already. Here comes the War Machine. Here comes Ryder.
Slammiversary! You two will get tremendous gone! Gone! Gone!
Put down the Twinkies, Coach Demore. It's time to fry some Canadian bacon. Handicap match up next at Slammiversary.
Ladies and gentlemen, TNA Slammiversary continues with this one-fall handicap match. Introducing first, proudly representing their home country of Canada, the Canadian enforcer Bobby Roode and Coach Scott Gilmore.
Well, what do you think? Did the sweatsuit do him any good? Did it help any? The countless minutes of training that Scott Demore has done for this match?
It must have been mental training because it obviously wasn't physical training.
But then you've got the Canadian enforcer, Bobby Roode, as his tag team partner. I mean, it was great when the challenge was issued by the War Machine Rhino. When he said, I'm going to face two members of Team Canada. You saw the look on Demore's face. The coach loved it. But then he found out he was one of the two.
He's got to have in the back of his, wait a minute, I was going to say something here, but the coach obviously feels he's got more important things to say. He grabbed a microphone. We'll see what the new physical specimen, the new physically challenged, maybe.
What a historic night! But you see, Rhino, I've seen through your little plan. I know why you made this a 2-on-1 matchup, and it's because you couldn't handle getting your ass handed to you by me one-on-one.
Is that the way he sees it?
So you can call this a handicap match, but everybody in the Impact Zone knows that the only thing handicapped in this match is Rhino's IQ. Bobby, I know you're ready to knock him pillar to post one more time, but today, just like every troglodyte in this building, your job is to sit there and be dazzled by my catch-as-catch-can brilliance. As I rid the wrestling world once and for all of that no-good scumbag, Rhino. And when I'm done...
Here's a chance.
And their opponents from Detroit,
the War Machine, Rhino!
Now, wait a minute. Where you going, D'Amore? D'Amore, he just told Bobby Roode to stay on the apron and watch him be dazzled. And then as soon as the War Machine hit the ring, look at D'Amore. He ran all the way up the ramp.
You know, it's one thing to say it when you're not eye to eye with the War Machine, but when Rhino's in that ring or when he's charging down that ramp, it's a whole different matter. And that's when you find out what kind of stone Scott D'Amore has. And we saw he doesn't have any.
D'Amore and Roode try and regroup. How about the look on the face of Larry Zbyszko? I mean, we know that Larry Zbyszko looked inside the car this past week on Impact. He saw who that new face of TNA management is, and he laid it out for Jeff Jarrett. They don't seem too confident.
No, Jeff Jarrett said if it was a particular person that he knew that he would have to win the King of the Mountain match tonight. Obviously it is. We'll find out more about that later on in the program. And here we go. As you see, Scott D'Amore has finally gotten a little bit of courage. I mean, I listened to that speech. I figured one of the people he obviously went to was a hypnotist who convinced him he was somebody else.
And now let's watch as D'Amore actually gets into the ring, and we're going to see him square off against this War. Oh, come on. That's about it. That's about it. That's about all he can do physically. Jumped in the air, touched his toes, and he just blew up.
He's blown up.
He's gassed.
Yeah, he's done. Man. You can see the commitment right there. I tell you something. That's exactly what Rhino thought was going to happen when he picked these two. He knew that it would be more of a hindrance to the Canadian enforcer, Bobby Roode, because he's also got to be concentrating on what Coach D'Amore is going to do.
Yeah, but what cost Rhino? Lack of concentration that you just talked about. Turned his attention just momentarily away from Bobby Roode. Focus went to Coach D'Amore. The Canadian enforcer, Bobby Roode, going to try and take advantage of this situation, but Rhino comes charging off the ropes. Decks him. Now springs off the ropes again. Puts on the brakes. Doubles him over with that boot. Now fires him off. The float over. He's not there, Bobby, but he's right there. Running clothesline and decked him with another one.
Bobby Roode is just going to have to, in his mind, concentrate that this is a one-on-one matchup and focus on what he does, because we know how good the Canadian enforcer is. He cannot let Coach D'Amore be a hindrance. He's got to use him to his advantage like he did earlier when it was a distraction. He's got to make sure that Coach D'Amore is put in positions where he can only distract Rhino or keep Rhino preoccupied so that Bobby Roode can look for that opportunity to get the pin.
What do you think that the new public face of TNA management, who, yes, will be introduced later here at Slammiversary, what do you think that he thinks about Team Canada and everything that we've seen from Coach Scott D'Amore and his troops for the past couple of years here in TNA? I'm sure he can't be happy about the repeated interference by someone like D'Amore. They love to use that hockey stick. You see that move? D'Amore ran around ringside. Bobby Roode hiding out around one of the ring posts, and he just dropped Rhino.
Yeah, I'm anxious to find out what the new face of TNA management feels about so many things that's going on here in TNA. But again, what happened was what we said right there. Great teamwork, great planning by Team Canada there. Is the War Machine is so focused on giving it. Wait a minute.
No.
He is so focused on getting a situation where he can take it to Coach D'Amore. He hates him so bad and wants to exact vengeance on him that he's got to remember that Bobby Roode is there in that ring also, because if he doesn't, they're going to make short work of him.
Well, D'Amore going to try and keep control of this situation for Team Canada. Instead, went into the workout, and here comes the War Machine back, and he just got stunned. Bobby Roode just dropped him. And again, of course, Coach D'Amore going to go for the glory hog.
Well, but then on this, look at it this way. If it's D'Amore that gets the pin, oh, man, how degrading does that have to be to Rhino?
Oh, no. Wait a minute. If D'Amore gets the pin, well, I mean, we'll never hear the end of it.
No, we won't. That you couldn't be able to get his head through the ramp. You won't be able to get his head through the entrance part of the ramp.
Tags
in. Barely get it through now.
You're right, his fellow Canadian, Bobby Roode, now right back, taking Rhino, positioning his neck right against that steel cable, going to try and cut off all the wind, all the air that supplies the lungs of the War Machine.
Do you think when Scott D'Amore looks in the mirror, he sees himself like Bobby Roode probably sees himself? Obviously.
That's some psychological question that I'm not sure about.
Well, the good news is Coach D'Amore has kept his shirt on.
With impact into the corner. Roode follows up, goes for the pin, had that far leg hook, but no, Rhino able to power out at 2, says referee Andrew Thomas. Wow, what impact when he fired him off into the corner turnbuckles, and he followed right up with a pin attempt, but not able to put him away.
Well, the bottom line here is that Rhino has to face 2-on-1, and when you're considering somebody the size of Coach D'Amore, even though you're a superior wrestler and you have so much more talent, you still got to lug around that weight, and it can wear on you, and that's what's happening as Rhino's getting worn out because they're one after another on him.
And let's be honest, Coach Scott D'Amore, before bringing Team Canada to TNA, he wrestled for years and years. I mean, he's got a great wrestling background when it comes to training wrestlers also, and he just dropped down and used the jawbreaker on Rhino.
Well, he showed it right there. Oh, but look at this, the War Machine. Oh, but again, every time the War Machine sets him up, as he was trying to maybe even set him up for a little bit of the Rhino driver there, there's Bobby Roode right in there, and it's just, that's what happens when it's 2-on-1. I think he bit off more than he can do in a match like this, right?
D'Amore drops the knee. Follow cover. Here's the lateral press, and another 2 count, another near fall for Team Canada in this handicap match. They've got the 2-on-1 advantage against the War Machine Rhino. They've also got the advantage in the match up to this point.
They're doing a great job of tagging each other in, tagging each other out, coming in and blindsiding Rhino whenever Rhino seems to be getting the momentum his way. Another pin attempt. Just gets his shoulder up. Bobby Roode thought he had it down for 3.
Off the suplex, you're right. Roode went for the cover, and now the blatant chokehold right in front of referee Thomas. That's been pretty much the strategy of the Canadians if you followed this matchup.
I mean, the War Machine here, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, is going to have to reach down and just get it in his mindset of what he's got to do. He's got to look at these 2 guys as one individual member and attack it that way.
At the same time, he's got to avoid that vicious clothesline that Bobby Roode uses, that northern lariat, where he just drills right from behind.
And that's it. You don't see it coming. I mean, it's just a matter of the lights all of a sudden just, flash and then they go out.
Big right hand to the jaw. Drops Rhino, and then the double sledge to the back by Roode. Gonna roll him over and go for a pin. Here's the cover, here's 2, and again Rhino powers out at 2.
When I thought about this match in my mind, all I could think of was gore on D'Amore. But it's not going that way. As you can
Hardly.
see, Team Canada is just absolutely in total control. And one thing D'Amore did was he played mind games, and it's worked. And look at this. That weight coming down off that rope right there, and that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, at the same time that Bobby Roode positions the arm of Rhino up into the air, exposing the ribs. D'Amore drops down with the leg right across the neck and throat. Rolls off the pin attempt and comes right back up and drives the fist again right into the head and neck area. Another lateral press and another near fall for Team Canada.
I mean, you don't have to like him, and most people don't, but he is showing an ability in the ring. He knows what he's doing. That's what makes him such a good coach. And, it's just one of those situations that's backfiring right now for Rhino.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, yet to come tonight here at Slammiversary 2006, TNA's 4-year anniversary pay-per-view event, King of the Mountain for the NWA World Heavyweight Title, plus, in my mind, the most highly anticipated non-championship match on that we've ever had in TNA. Samoa Joe and Scott Steiner, fans here in full support of the War Machine as Rhino tries to make a comeback.
Yeah, you can see that. You can see the fire, and that's what he needs. Oh, nice belly to belly as he just flings the Canadian Forcer across the ring, and that's what he's got to do.
Rhino, though, slow to get back up to his feet. D'Amore looks concerned. Team Canada no longer in the driver's seat like they've been for several minutes in this match. It's Roode back up to his feet, and here comes Rhino charging in, and Bobby Roode got both feet up and caught Rhino. Now tries to follow up, and does. Dropped him down with the neck breaker.
Oh, he hits him with that neck breaker, and here it is. 2. Oh, again, he just gets the shoulder up in time, but how many more times can Rhino do this?
Oh, you're right. Series of near falls here. I would say 4 or 5 times the Canadians have been on the verge of victory, just that split second away from the win. Apparently, they feel like they're so confident at this point, they've got Rhino worn down so much that Roode's going to tag in Coach D'Amore.
Well, he knows how degrading it'd be, like I said earlier. Oh, look at this now. Scott D'Amore positioning him, wanting him in a certain direction.
Yeah, he's got Roode doing his dirty work for him.
The longer you take. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh,
see what happens?
Working out.
Yeah, a little help there to get the bicep up and puts the boot right to the chest of the War Machine.
Scott Steiner's shaking in his boots.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Can the ring hold it?
Look out below.
Oh, he misses. Took a little too much time, and now he's flopping around like a whale there on the mat.
Oh, top rope moonsault. You're right. He caught nothing but canvas on the way down. Rhino back up to his feet, almost as if he's measuring D'Amore at this point.
I give him credit for even trying. Wait a minute. Oh, he was ready for it. He almost set up Bobby Roode right there.
Oh, he saw Roode coming all right, and Bobby Roode the recipient of several right hands from Rhino. Quick reversal and shot up into the ropes, but the shoulder block takes him down.
This is what Rhino's got to do. He's got to be relentless right now. He can't stop. He's got D'Amore hurt after that big backward moonsault that missed. This is his chance to go after Bobby Roode and get the goal.
Look out!
Oh, he hits him right there with the hockey stick.
Referee never saw it. Hockey stick right across the back of the War Machine, and of course the Canadian flag wrapped in that hockey stick. Check this out. He's going to go for the demoralizer, but that's near 300 pounds you're going to need to take up to your shoulders. No luck there. Spinebuster down.
Oh, man. Shows you the strength of the War Machine, and he sends Bobby Roode out. This is his opportunity, and he's setting up for it. He wants it. Oh, he hits it. Gore! Gore! Gore!
Here's your winner, the War Machine, Rhino!
Oh, man, he set it up, and when he saw that opportunity, he nailed it, and you could see Coach D'Amore out like a light.
You got your wish, DW, as well as this capacity crowd here at the Impact Zone for Slammiversary, and I'm sure for many of you at home as well. Let's relive the moment. Score, score, score on that big fat load, Scott D'Amore.
I'm telling you, that knocked the air right out of him, and he had no chance, and that's exactly why Rhino asked for D'Amore to be in that match for that one shot.
Up later, tonight at Slammiversary, Samoa Joe and Scott Steiner. Let's send it to the back where JB is with Samoa Joe.
A historic night tonight here at Slammiversary for my guest at this time for two separate reasons. Obviously, first of all, the 4-year anniversary of TNA Wrestling. However, last year at Slammiversary was the day you made your debut in TNA. And since that time, opponent after opponent after opponent has fallen by the wayside. However, tonight, Joe, you face somebody completely different. You have never faced anyone like Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
JB, I think you're failing to see the big picture. You see, Scott Steiner has never faced anybody like me. See, Scott, you've had some big weapons in your arsenal over the years, one of them being the ability to intimidate anybody you've stepped in the ring with. And unless you're as blind as you are stupid, you won't have that crutch to lean on tonight. And Scott, there's the infamous Steiner short fuse. But once again, unfortunately for you, I'll be that son of a bitch standing in the middle of the ring, sparking my lighter. Scott, you do enjoy one advantage, though. And it's that, much like myself, you've never had your shoulders pinned to the mat here in TNA. And Scott, tonight, I take that from you, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is an X Division rankings match. The winner to become the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. In this match, 2 men start, and wrestlers are tagged in and out. Eliminations or by pinfall or submissions. Introducing first, from Brooklyn, New York, Senshi!
The former X Division champion, when he was known as Low Ki, now taking the name of Senshi. In Japanese, it means warrior, and he certainly is looking to move up in the rankings of the X Division. Senshi, one of 6 to compete.
He hails from the deep blue sea, Shark Boy!
As always, Mike, a cult favorite here in the Impact Zone. Shark Boy's one of those that you can't help but root for him. He just has that charisma that makes you just want to see this man triumph.
Proudly representing his home country of Canada, Petey Williams!
Yes, he is the Team Canada captain. And out of these 6 wrestlers competing in this X Division rankings matchup, he and Senshi are 2 of the 6 who have worn the gold in the past. Yes, a former X Division title holder. Team Canada captain Petey Williams looking to get another shot at the X Division gold. Will he be able to accomplish that at Slammiversary?
The next participant in this contest is from Elizabeth, New Jersey, Jay Lethal.
One of the members of Team USA. We always talk about him being the youngest member of TNA, but you can forget about all that now because it's about the experience in the ring that he gets each and every week. This guy has so much potential oozing out of his body, and it's just absolutely crazy.
From Detroit, Michigan, Alex Shelley.
Yes, he is the man behind the camera. Paparazzi Productions. Alex Shelley bringing his tripod as well as his video camera to the ringside area. And when I see Alex Shelley, I hate to say this, but I immediately think about Kevin Nash. And yes, we will see Kevin Nash in the X Division Challenge later tonight at Slammiversary against Chris Sabin.
And the final participant from India, Sanjay Dutt.
I was talking with Sanjay Dutt before this show tonight, and Sanjay said, I hope Kevin Nash is watching what's going to happen in this X Division shootout that we're going to have right here, because he says if he thinks that at his age he can come in here and dominate an X Division competitor, well, he's got another thing coming in. I hope Mr. Nash is watching, because you're going to see some things here in a minute that you will never see anywhere else in wrestling.
Elimination rules to apply here in this six-way matchup. In other words, we're going to start off with 2 men in the ring. You will be able to tag in any of the other 4 outside. Eliminations by pinfall or submission. And we will take it down to find out who the #1 contender is to the X Division champion, the unbeaten Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. The order of elimination in this match will directly affect the X Division rankings.
One of those matches where you're going to find guys, if they get an opportunity maybe, they might lay out a little bit, because the longer that you can last, of course, is your better chance to be standing at the end. But it's also a situation where it's about pride, it's about honor with this division that we call the X Division, and it's about showing this crowd you're one of the best extreme athletes in the world, and they won't miss every opportunity they can to prove that.
Don, I think you're really saying that the key to this match is to survive #1. Stay in it as long as you can. It's real interesting when it comes to making tags. For the most part, the benefit to making a tag is when you're really on the defensive and you need to get out of a match and regroup. You really want to stay in as if you can and eliminate wrestlers, but at the same time, you want to last really as long as you possibly can. Elimination rules to apply in this rankings matchup. Shark Boy, back body drop. The Team Canada captain crashes down.
What I like about this match also is we're going to use it to define the rankings, and it's a situation where each of these guys now has a chance to put themselves into a place to challenge for X Division gold here in the future. If they can win this or even get to the last 2, it really puts yourself in the hunt for the gold down the line. And this is a chance right now to let all the other members of the X Division know where you stand.
Oh, Shark Boy with the bite. Petey Williams
wanted to sing "O Canada."
He sure did. He was headed up to the corner to sing "O Canada." Changed his mind, and Shark Boy goes airborne. Slingshot, cross body block, crashing down onto Williams.
Shark Boy showing his athleticism right there. He realized he had Petey Williams down, and it's a chance to, especially early on in a match when you're fresh, get your offense in while you can. Make sure you wear somebody else down, and then if you get in trouble, like you said, tag out, get out of the way, and that's what he's doing right now. He's sitting in Jay Lethal. Going to let him work him over a little bit.
20-year-old Jay Lethal. As DW told you, yes, the youngest man on the TNA roster. Going to fire Shark Boy in and then follow right back up with a forearm shot that rocks Williams. Shark Boy with an assist, and Jay Lethal caught him with a kick. And Jay Lethal the cover on Petey for a 2 count.
Not bad to find a partner early on. If you can work with somebody, all that does is eliminate people in front of you. Eventually, it becomes down to man-on-man, and nice backbreaker right there by Jay Lethal.
One arm and then dropped him right across the knee with that backbreaker. Jay Lethal showing the strength here against Petey Williams. Takes him now by the head. Face first, directs him right into that top turnbuckle. Williams going to try and counter, does. Reversal of Lethal, who floats over. Puts on the brakes, going to take him up. No, float over by Williams. Lethal's got him hooked by the boot, but Petey caught him with a knee right in the side of the head and then took out his legs with the drop kick.
Great move right there. When Petey Williams is in the ring, you can't help but think about the Canadian Destroyer. It's something that when it hits, it will eliminate you. And he brings in Senshi, somebody that has been so anticipated when he came back, and it's somebody that's been thought about when, of course, formerly known as Low Key and formerly a champion. It's great to see him back in the X Division as Senshi.
Known for using martial arts moves like those brutally stiff kicks, the two shots that rock Jay Lethal, and then pull a knife edge chop right to the chest.
This guy can kick you from anywhere, any place, at any time. It is amazing. It's like watching a Bruce Lee movie. I mean, he'll just, out of nowhere, he'll kick you, and then think about that double stomp thing that he does off the top of the ropes. It's just, it's vicious how he uses his feet, but right now, showing you he can use his hands. And man, these guys are trading some knife edge chops back and forth.
You're not kidding. What an exchange between these two. Momentarily, Lethal getting the better of it, and then he caught him again with another knife edge chop. Fired off into the ropes. Senshi drilled right in the chest with the drop kick. Here's Lethal for the cover. Barely got a 1 count before Senshi, the warrior, powers out.
Oh, yeah, you could see the pain on Senshi's face. He just got the wind knocked out of him, but now he's getting a little momentum, a little speed. But look at that. Jay Lethal just uses it to his advantage, and Senshi's in trouble. Oh, he gets out of it.
All 6 of these individuals in this X Division rankings matchup, yes, looking to move up the ladder of success in the division that, let's face it, put TNA on the map, and the division that Kevin Nash is trying to hijack.
And that's what I was talking about right there with Senshi's boot. It's almost like it's double jointed, man, and he just brought it in, and he waited till he found his spot, and he nails him right on the back of the head, and he sends in Alex Shelley. They're doing really good on tagging people to make sure they're not out there too long to get pinned.
Well, you're right. Double team effort now by Senshi and Shelley leads to a double elbow directed into the chest of Jay Lethal.
Oh, don't think these guys are friends just because they're double teaming. It's just a smart move, especially early on.
Yeah, just a momentary situation when you can use it to your advantage. Now he's got the arms wrapped around the necktie move here by Shelley on Lethal.
Look how he uses his feet, too, to bring Jay Lethal to his knees. And now he pulls him back. Oh, man, look at the torque on that.
Right, leaning back, knees directed into the lower back of Jay Lethal, and at the same time, going to try and almost use his own arms and hands to choke the life out of him.
Yeah, you talked about where he... Oh, but look
that's beautiful.
Look at Jay Lethal showing that athleticism, trying to turn it around, but Alex Shelley sees it, brings it right back, and again onto the back of the knee.
Thought it was a great counter by Lethal, but Shelley turned it right around on him again. You see this ego? You see that cockiness? You hang around with Kevin Nash for as long as Alex Shelley has been, and it's going to rub off on you.
No, absolutely, but you can't deny his in-ring ability. He's so different than anybody else in the X Division.
You're right.
He does things so unconventional, and he's just such a great mat wrestler. But his cockiness is what's going to get him in trouble, and right there's an example as Jay Lethal took advantage and just get up with the jawbreaker.
6 to start it off. We'll narrow it down to 1 winner in this elimination matchup. Shelley off the boot. Lethal was prepared. High hip toss takeover, and then a drop kick from in tight that went right into the face of Alex Shelley.
That'll make you have to get some dental work right there. Alex Shelley trying to pat himself in, and now good move by Jay Lethal, bringing in a fresh Sanjay Dutt, maybe an opportunity here to get a pin.
Swing and a miss with the clothesline. Sanjay just snapped it off. Head scissors take over on Shelley, and then the deep arm drag.
Oh, this will be a future X Division champion. I'd bet money on it. This guy's so fast, so quick. It's just all about timing. And this is his chance to become #1 ranking. And look at that. He's got so many moves that he does with such great speed.
Look at that. Measured him perfectly. Landed right across the chest and went for the cover, and Sanjay Dutt gets a 2 count. Boy, Don, you've been saying it for several months, and I've got to agree with you. If there's one man that we look at on that TNA X Division roster and you say, he is just on the verge of breaking out and getting that opportunity, it's Sanjay Dutt, the original player from the Himalaya. He can do that if he's successful tonight. He could get a shot at the X Division title with a win in this 6-way rankings matchup.
Little sprinkler action here, yep. You can see him. Oh, Alex Shelley, though. Good timing as he brings him down, and then, man, he just gets crushed right there. Oh, no, rope burn. Oh, the rope burn. Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some rope burns in my time through the years watching professional wrestling, but nothing quite like that.
Well, you know, that's what Alex Shelley does, and I don't know who he learned that one from, but he wasn't going to have Sanjay Dutt kind of in your face in there with the sprinkler, and that's what you do. And maybe that's what's costing Sanjay.
Caught him with the kick, immediately goes for the pin, hooked the arm of Sanjay Dutt right back behind his head so that Sanjay didn't have time to raise the shoulder, but still not able to put him away. It's what you talked about earlier with Alex Shelley. The fact that he has that style that's just different from everybody else in TNA. Double leg takedown. Sanjay on his back while Shelley measures him, springs off the ropes, and moonsault back.
Got it.
No.
Sanjay Dutt able to get out of there. I thought he hit his knees perfectly into that chest. Might have just taken. What's he doing? Whatever it is. Oh, come on. And then he pan in the pants, and then he puts it to the mask.
We saw it. I don't think it deserves play-by-play, but you're right. You saw it.
And wash that mask as soon as you get home, Shark Boy. Yeah.
What are you doing? He was trying to direct Shark Boy to double suplex Sanjay. Shark Boy will have none of that. Check this out.
Well, everybody's coming in right now. They decided, hey, we'll all get into the action.
Where are they going to go?
Oh, they're fighting it.
3 go up, reversal, 3 go over. Six-pack suplex in this X Division rankings matchup. Wow.
That's what the X Division's all about right there. Things that you never see anywhere else. I mean, what an opportunity there. Shark Boy comes in. Alex Shelley thinks he's going to work with him. And then you just saw it. It was one right after the other.
And Don, amazingly to this point, no eliminations in this match. All 6 still alive. Mid-ring exchange. Shark Boy Sanjay, big right hands delivered, but the boot turned the tables in the favor of Shark Boy. Drops down with the knee. Going to charge at him, but Sanjay's ready for him. Elevates him to the apron. Shoulder block in by Shark Boy. Oh, man, with a vicious knee right into the face.
Shark Boy showing a lot of offense in this match. And here he goes. 2. Oh, Sanjay Dutt close. Shark Boy looks around. Thought he might have had a 3 count, but it wasn't. Sanjay got the shoulder up in time.
Oh, you're right. On the verge, though, of eliminating Sanjay and making Sanjay Dutt the first man out. Sanjay just caught him with an elbow. Cut him in the jaw. Shark Boy gets the boot up. Ready for a little DSD. Can he hit the Dead Sea drop out of the corner?
He's getting it set up. Oh, but he misses as Sanjay Dutt holds onto the rope.
That's it. That was the key. Sanjay had the perfect counter, but he didn't see that neck breaker coming.
What's he going to do right now? He's going up to the top. You know, normally when he goes up here, you see a drop kick from him.
Yeah, Sanjay's down on his back.
Right. Looks like what's he going to do?
Perched up on top. High risk on the way.
Oh, no water in the pool right there.
You're right. Oh, instead Sanjay's ready for it.
1, 2. Got him.
Shark Boy's out.
When you go high risk like that, that's what happens. He took a little too much time on that rope trying to drop that elbow. Nobody home, and Sanjay, quick as you can, saw it, took it, got it.
1 down, 5 to go in the X Division rankings matchup. It's now Alex Shelley squaring off with Sanjay Dutt as Shark Boy has been eliminated. Check this out. Oh, Sanjay lands on his feet, ready for him, and rocks Shelley with a right hand. Caught him right in the jaw.
Former teammates on Team USA, and you know Sanjay Dutt doesn't feel that camaraderie with Alex Shelley like he does with Jay Lethal and Chris Sabin.
Yeah, hardly. Great move here by Sanjay Dutt. Ending up dropping
1,
Shelley on the back.
2.
Here, no.
Thought he was going to eliminate 2 of them in a row. Sanjay Dutt's been out there quite a while. He needs to find somebody and make a tag here if he doesn't get a pin on this high-risk move.
Sanjay dives through off the top because Shelley moved out of the way. Elevated up into the air by Shelley, and then the drop kick from behind.
I thought Jay Lethal, though, tagged himself in. We'll find out here. Oh, and yes, he did, and he hit him with a drop kick right off the top rope.
You're right.
I thought I saw him smack Sanjay Dutt.
Springboard drop kick. That baby was on target. Went for the full Nelson, but Shelley able to break it with the back elbow, and then drops down. And where does Lethal go? Face first, right into the corner.
Alex Shelley's putting on a little bit of a clinic when it comes to mat wrestling. There, opportunities arise, and he nails them with that drop kick.
Again, one of the most unique offenses you'll ever see in professional wrestling. How about that drop kick from Shelley, and then the brain buster because he dropped Lethal right on his head.
Well, he's fired up. Maybe that's a new relationship he's had with Kevin Nash is bringing the best out of him tonight, but I'm awful impressed with Alex Shelley. Oh, yowza, that hurt.
Top rope senton. Crashed down onto Lethal, but you know what? I think Shelley might have taken the worst of it. Oh!
Lethal got the knees up on it.
Nelson
there
overhead.
he goes. Got it. He got it. That's what happened. Shelley went high risk, but Lethal got the knees up just in time, knocked the air out of Shelley, and now you see it all breaking down as Shelley's gone, Shark Boy's gone, and now they're starting to feel the pressure.
Down to the final four with the eliminations of Shark Boy and Alex Shelley. Shelley courtesy of Jay Lethal, Shark Boy courtesy of Sanjay Dutt. Well, every man for himself here. Don, you talked about the fact that they were former teammates. Team USA. That didn't stop Dutt and Lethal, but Sinchi just caught him with the kick.
I mean, again, you just don't see it coming. And now he's trying to snap it off. He does. Able to bring it to it and use his momentum to turn Sinchi around.
Oh, Petey Williams going over the ropes and crashing down into
Lethal.
Lethal going to fly.
Right through the ropes as that doesn't give Petey any time to get away, Mike. And he takes a shot straight through.
Suicide dive right on the money, but keep your eyes on Sanjay, the original player. He's still...
No way.
I was going to say he's in the ring, but now he's up on the top.
Right there, can he hit it? Yes, he knocks all three of them out. That's the X Division, my friends. That's extreme right there.
Moonsault from the top out to the arena floor, and he took out 3 men at one time.
I don't know if it's possible, but what a move it was. Well, the action, though, just goes too fast with these guys.
Oh, you're right. Maybe we'll get a replay look later on. You saw Petey Williams just take Sanjay and send him back first right into that post. Lethal, springboard again. Petey was prepared that time, moved out of the way, but then, missed the kick, but Lethal caught him.
Tell you what I liked about what Jay Lethal did there in midair, realized he wasn't going to hit the first time. Oh, but he misses that time as Petey Williams uses his experience. Oh, no.
Canadian Destroyer.
He's setting him up.
You ready?
Oh, that's going to be it for Jay Lethal.
That baby is sick.
You're done. You're done. You're toast.
Canadian Destroyer from the Team Canada captain. The 6-flip pile driver. And you're right, it eliminates Jay Lethal. He's number 3 out, and we're down to the final 3 right now.
You're not going to see any friendships at this point. I mean, it's just every man for himself. It's gotten down to this. Sanjay Dutt, this is an opportunity. He keeps rising up the rankings right here. But again, you saw what that Canadian Destroyer can do. If Petey Williams hits that, it's all she wrote. Sanjay in a bad way. He gets it from Sinchi, and then he gets it from Petey.
Sinchi, Petey Williams momentarily working together here against Sanjay Dutt as we're down to the final 3. Sinchi rolls him in for Petey to make the cover, and no, Sanjay got the shoulder up. So in essence, Shark Boy now ranked number 6, Alex Shelley 5.
That's right.
Jay Lethal 4, and we'll find out who the top 3 in the X Division will be.
2 of them are former champions that you're looking at, and one of them is the guy I've always said the best in the X Division without a title. Oh, Sanjay out of the way, and Petey hits Sinchi.
Roll him up.
1, 2. No, not enough.
Great try by Sanjay with that quick roll up to try and steal one here. Instead, enziguri to the back of the head.
1, 2.
Nope.
Not enough there yet. Petey Williams just gets that shoulder up, doing it on pure guts.
Still life left in Petey Williams, as we've seen. Elevates Sanjay up, drops him, throat first, right across that top cable. Did you see Sinchi tag in?
He sure did. Great move.
He's legal. He tagged in, and he cut off Petey Williams and dropped him with the clothesline.
Petey Williams thought he was going to come over there and finish Sanjay Dutt. Didn't happen. Sinchi does what he does, and then he flips around, and now Sanjay Dutt's in trouble. Both of these guys around. Sinchi has got the momentum his way.
Sinchi going high risk up to the top, but Petey's going to try and cut him off and does. Petey Williams, the Team Canada captain, fighting with Sinchi. I think Sinchi getting the better of it at this point. He's got better position right now.
Oh, but right there, Petey Williams, you can see that. Cutting him off now to get himself in better position.
Boy, did he turn it around in a hurry. No way.
Oh, no.
No way.
You're not talking for long, but look at the
Sinchi,
holding on.
Yeah, he hooked that top rope. Can you blame him? Canadian Destroyer attempt block.
What a move right there by Sanjay Dutt. And now Petey Williams is laid out.
Sinchi from the top.
Here he goes. Oh, he hits him with that double stomp.
He calls it the Warrior's way, and the Warrior gets the 3 count with the double foot stomp.
Is eliminated.
We're down to the final 2.
Whoa, man, that just, you see him hit that, and you feel like the guy's ribs are going to get crushed. What a shot by Sinchi.
Petey Williams now number 3 in the rankings. Sinchi, Sanjay Dutt to fight it out. Check this out. From the middle rope now, Sanjay Dutt going to go all the way up top, and
Oh, he hits it. He snaps it off.
He sure did. Caught him in the Hurricane Rana. Springs off the ropes and then drills him with the basement drop kick. Here's the cover.
2.
No.
Not enough, but Sanjay Dutt felt it right there. He realized that he's been out there maybe longer than anybody in this whole match out there in the middle of that ring. And he has got to take advantage of it now, or Senshi, I think, might win this war with attrition. And oh, man, Sanjay Dutt drills him.
Float over, DDT, arm extended,
1,
leg hook.
2.
No! Down to the final 2. 6 entered, 4 have been eliminated. It's Sanjay Dutt and Senshi. Watch Sanjay now, coming off the ropes. Senshi, try and stop from going over.
No! Man!
Double foot stomp to the chest.
1, 2. Oh, he got out of it! I thought it was over, Professor. I thought it was over right there with the force that he brought that down, but Sanjay Dutt's got heart. This guy's got so much heart.
Who gets better elevation than Senshi when he goes up for that double foot stomp? Great reversal by Sanjay. Dropped him across the knee, and then dropped him with the neck breaker.
This is Sanjay Dutt's time right here as he's got Senshi in trouble. Somebody I think that's just not even, this is his chance for unseen to get the respect he deserves here in the X Division. It's Sanjay Dutt going up high, going for the kill shot. There he goes. Oh, the knees got up by Senshi.
Oh, you're right. Went for that Hindu press off the top, and as he came down for the splash, Senshi caught him with both him. Oh, look at that drop kick.
They sent him into the turnbuckle. It looked like it knocked him out in the air.
Oh, the whiplash effect. The back of his head crashing into the corner. What's he going to do? He's hanging it from the Tree of Woe.
Oh, here he is, the Tree of Woe, and oh, man. What's he going to do with this?
He steps on his knees, and Sanjay has to leap up. And at the same time, there's the double foot stomp.
Right on the head. Right on the head. Dude, it's done. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and the #1 contender for the X Division Championship, Senshi.
Wow. Have you ever seen that move? Gets him in the Tree of Woe there, and then as Sanjay fights out of it, Senshi sees him bring his body up, goes up and double foot stomps him right in the head.
Well, you're right, Don. The key to that move is when Senshi puts his weight on the knees of Sanjay Dutt. At that point, Sanjay has to come up, and Senshi drives right down. The double foot stomp leads to the win, and Senshi, #1 contender to the X Division title. Let's take a look.
Some of the great action that you saw right there, that's some of the feet work of Senshi, and Jay Lethal showing what makes him such a rising star with that drop kick to the face of Alex Shelley.
Oh, I love that move. That one was great. That six-pack suplex.
Oh, and there it was. There was no water in the pool right there by Shark Boy, and that's when Sanjay Dutt able to bring it in and get the quick pin, and he was eliminated.
Right, Shark Boy then became #6 in the rankings. Jay Lethal took it right to Alex Shelley and eliminated him next. Alex Shelley, #5.
And look at the extension that Sanjay Dutt gets from the top rope, but the Canadian Destroyer on Jay Lethal, that's it for him. That's all she wrote.
You're right. Jay Lethal became #4 contender in the X Division rankings. Check that out. Wow. It's even better on the replay, doesn't it? When you see that incredible elevation, that's called the Warrior's Way. The double foot stomp. There it is on Sanjay, and yes, Senshi, the #1 contender.
Right there, Sanjay able to get out of it, but then that drop kick into the corner, and then here it was, and you saw it. What an angle when he does it on the head.
Wow.
No way does Sanjay recover. Senshi, the #1 contender.
You're right, in the X Division. Speaking of the X Division, yes, X Division Challenge up later tonight. On that note, to JB with Kevin Nash and Alex Shelley.
The action continues here at Slammiversary. Alex Shelley, Kevin Nash, you are about to do battle in the X Division against...
Kevin, it was a tough battle. I don't know if you watched it from the monitor. There were 10 guys, 20 guys. Some of them had knives. I think I spotted a couple guns. You know, you might not have saw them.
I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, you might not have saw them. Camera adds 15 pounds. Lighting has a lot to do with it. My mind was just on the celebration we're going to have after your match.
Right.
Well, you seem awfully confident going into this.
Why wouldn't I be? I'm a 7-foot juggernaut. You know, the thing is, it is Father's Day today. And I got a little message that goes out to Walt Sabin out in Hell, Michigan, probably sitting there watching that crappy 19-inch, waiting to watch your son tonight. Let me tell you something. I'm not picking up the doctor bills. I'm not paying for disability. He asked for this. He's going to get it. And tonight when you guys have your little talk on the phone, son, are you okay? Yeah, Dad, I'm all right. Son, it looked like the odds were against you. Between the sobbing and all the crap that goes on, ask your old man then, Saban, if size doesn't matter.
It's up next, Kevin Nash, Chris Sabin, here at Slammiversary.
You know, I've seen Sting come back. I've seen Steiner come back. My phone does ring. You can see it, obviously, it works. Oh, sure. And there's nobody from TNA has contact. So I say to myself, what am I going to do? I'm going to go after something that's dear to their heart. That's something that they actually feel is giving TNA its identity. I'll go after the little prize and joy, the X Division.
Oh, wait a minute. Kevin Nash just walked by. Oh, this is just absolutely ridiculous.
That's how you become a star. A mediocre, big man.
We'll drop an X Division superstar every night of the week.
Right here in front of us. Look at this.
X-Cup champion. Got nothing on me.
He waits until one of these X Division wrestlers has been involved in a long match. Come on, man up. Man up, dog. What's up?
Into the trap.
Sunday night, June 18th. Why don't you meet me one-on-one?
Gee, really?
And I can prove to you, size doesn't matter.
Step 2. Saban's got a match. We're going to scout it. Can you go out and find me somebody that looks like Saban, wrestles like Saban, he's built like Saban, does his exact moves? I mean, a clone. You can come down here, you can put lifts in your shoes, but son, I know that's you. I know that's you, Saban. Whoa. All offense right here. You got no offense on me.
This time my back's not turned.
Size matters.
Oh, man. Let's go, Nash. Let's go, Nash. Let's go, Nash.
Let's see what you've got, Kevin Nash. X Division Challenge. It's up next at Slammiversary. Let's see how you do with Chris Sabin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is an X Division Challenge scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, Kevin Nash.
I can't even reference that match this past week on Impact on. And what are you laughing at?
Well, you got mad at me for laughing the last time. I'm trying to hold it in.
I can't even reference that because this is, in essence, the first match for Kevin Nash in well over a year. I think we're going to see a little ring rust from this overconfident, egotistical.
You know what? It was the last time he was supposed to wrestle.
Yeah.
The time that he wasn't able to make it in for the heavyweight title matchup.
True.
I just thought of that. Nice return.
Let's see how Kevin Nash does against a former X Division champ. Let's send Sabin to the ring.
And his opponent from Hill, Michigan, Chris Sabin.
Mike, this is a chance right here for Chris Sabin to speak for every X Division wrestler, every cruiserweight, every lucha libre, everybody that has been held down in wrestling because of their size. This is a chance for Chris Sabin to speak for all of them. If he can take it right here to the big 7-foot giant, Kevin Nash.
In essence, Don, what you're saying is that Chris Sabin is fighting for the honor of the X Division. At the same time, Kevin Nash, 7 feet tall, 300 pounds, he wants to hijack, he wants to steal TNA's identity. He wants to jump onto the bandwagon and become part of what the X Division really has meant to total nonstop action wrestling in the 4 years of this company.
Well, no doubt what Kevin Nash's strategy is going to be. Only one thing, when you think about all the knee surgeries that he's had, he's going to have to keep this in tight. He's going to have to ground Chris Sabin, not let Chris Sabin use his speed, his agility, and his athletic ability.
Boy, and as you lay that strategy out, that's exactly what we're seeing. Sabin springs off the ropes, swinging and missing that back elbow. And you talked about the knees. Something like 13 knee operations that Kevin Nash has had. Sabin going to try and chop him down, caught him with the knees, and then right hand after right hand to the chest, and he's got Nash in trouble. Oh, Nash just caught him out of the corner with a big knee.
I tell you, though, you got to like the fire of Chris
kidding.
Sabin. He'd come out there not showing any intimidation at all. I mean, he's just going right at him, trading blows. but you gotta watch it. When a guy's that big, the blows hurt a little more. They just hit a little harder because of the size, and Chris Sabin's got to go in, make his shots, and get out of there.
Think about the finishing moves of these two wrestlers as Nash shoots him off into the ropes and Sabin slides through. That's exactly what he's got to do. Immediately gets to his feet, rifling off those right hands to the chest. Nash rocking, but stays on his feet. Look at the shortcut. Poke him right in the eyes.
Well, the bottom line is that Nash needed the shortcut. He had to take the shortcut because Chris Sabin was bringing it to him.
Boy, that's pretty obvious from the opening couple of minutes of this match. Sabin drops down, going to shoot Nash off, and attempted a roll-up, but Nash hooked the rope. The big man out of the corner, that's not got a good look on his face, and Sabin got the legs extended, caught him with the drop kick. Nash rolls out to the floor.
Oh, this is a chance right here for Chris Sabin as he's got Nash now backing away. Actually coming over here to the table. He knows what can happen. What is he?
He's motioning for Alex Shelley to come from the back. In other words, Chris Sabin has come out here, Don, and right from the opening bell, he's taken it to Kevin Nash. Sabin's been in control other than the shortcuts used by Nash, and now Nash calling for Alex Shelley to come to ringside to help him out.
Oh, again, that's just what Kevin Nash is all about there, making sure he's got backup because he can't do it on his own.
Oh, and when Shelley outside with the distraction, that enables Nash to clock him from behind. Sabin never saw that one coming. Going to talk about the finishing moves of these two respective wrestlers. I mean, the jackknife powerbomb of Kevin Nash is one thing, but do you think there's any way possible Chris Sabin could be able to use that cradle shock against somebody who's 7 feet tall, 300 pounds? What's Shelley doing?
Well, you saw right there as he put the boot to the neck of Sabin, you could see Alex Shelley, obviously, with the referee's back turned, removing the padding there on one of the turnbuckles.
You talk about having strategy and a game plan in advance. Shelley coming out to ringside with wire cutters and then cutting off that cover, exposing the turnbuckle. And Sabin takes Nash, drives him stomach first into the middle, and then head first.
He knocks Nash's head right into the turnbuckle, and Sabin goes up high. Oh, drop kicks him right to the ground.
Cut him off that middle rope. Perfectly placed drop kick. Here's the pin. Shelley looks on. But Nash able to power out before 3. Are you kidding? Sabin just motioned for cradle
shock. Look at that. He's going for it as he's trying to pick him up right here. He just doesn't know if he's got the strength for it. No. Just couldn't quite get it as Kevin Nash just not letting him get the leverage.
Sabin off the ropes. Hooked again by Shelley from outside. How much help do you need, Nash? And the distraction allows Nash to get the big boot up right in the face of Chris Sabin. Kevin Nash has been talking about how he's going to come out here and take over the X Division. He's been absolutely nothing like that in this match.
We're going to show you right here what we missed earlier in this. You can see Alex Shelley distracting, and that was the boot right there to the face of Chris Sabin. Oh, man, now Kevin Nash using his strength and
side
his power.
Slam.
There he goes.
Follow pin, still life left in Sabin, able to power out at 2 off the side slam and pin attempt by Big Nash.
The only thing this has proved to me is that Kevin Nash still has to have help to beat somebody here in the X Division. As Chris Sabin giving a valiant effort right now. But right now, it's all about the size of Kevin Nash.
Backbreaker across the knee. And now position Sabin. He's got him spread across the knee. And at the same time, he's got his hand wrapped right around the jaw of Sabin.
Oh, Chris Sabin now showing some heart, fighting it off. And, oh, man, I mean, he's pulling his head one way, pulling the leg back the other way. Oh, Chris Sabin in trouble right there. And, oh, he just drops him to the mat.
Yeah, pin attempt now by Nash. And another 2 count. But Kevin Nash has really proven nothing to me in this match.
No.
One-on-one against Chris Sabin. There's no question Sabin's been the better of the 2.
Well, if it wasn't for the interference from Alex Shelley, he wouldn't be in this position right now.
Well, you got that right. Into the corner. Nash with the knee. Right into the gut of Chris Sabin. And again, that time caught him right in the midsection.
And it doesn't matter who you are at this point. If he's got you in a situation where he can use that size, he can use that strength, nobody's going to be able to overcome it. And Chris Sabin is in bad shape right now.
Nash toying with him. Fires Sabin off. Sabin, no. Thought he was going to try and mount some kind of a comeback here, but instead, Nash dropping with the boot.
Oh, Kevin Nash now, but with the help from Alex Shelley, has got the situation going back in his direction as Chris Sabin has got to find some way to get out of there and start using his speed to his advantage.
Jackknife powerbomb, is that what's next?
Oh, this could do it right here, Mike.
Saban fighting it off.
He's trying with everything he's got.
He took him down.
And look at it, still bringing it
Pin.
up. 1, 2. Almost. Saban almost got the win.
Nash looked like he was going to be on the verge of victory if he hit that jackknife powerbomb. Saban back to the well again. He got him in the cradle shot.
Look at that.
Damn you.
Grab the leg.
Damn you,
Pulled him
Shelley.
over.
He got the 7-footer, the 300-pounder up with the cradle shot. But Shelley broke it up. Great drop kick right to the knee.
That's how you bring down that giant. And here he decides he's going to take one quick suicide dive on Alex Shelley right through the table right here. As Chris Saban had enough. He'd had enough of his former Team USA partner, and he had to take him out of the action.
I anticipated just one handicap match tonight at Slammiversary, but that's what this has turned into. A second handicap match because it's 2 against Saban, and look at the former X Division champ. He's in control here.
Oh, he is. This is what he wanted, and he comes up to us and clotheslines him right there. He's got Nash.
Springboard clothesline. 10.
Oh, just barely gets the shoulder up.
Damn, on the verge of victory with Saban that time, but not able to put him away.
Again, though, it's like Chris Saban is in a handicap match, fighting 2-on-1, but I like what he did with that suicide dive. It was sending a message to Alex Shelley.
Highest risk up the top. Piner the guillotine, leg drop, a pin.
1, 2, oh!
Barely got the shoulder up before the 3 count did Nash.
So close, so you got to wonder what's going through Kevin Nash's mind. He's talking about how a mediocre big man can win this match, and he has to have an X Division wrestler on his side to help him, and Saban's showing that fire, Mike.
Fight through it, Saban. Oh, instead he gets crushed because Shelley came up and he landed down on that exposed corner where they pulled the turnbuckle off.
You're right where they pulled the padding off, and you can see.
Shelley says, take advantage of what I just did. Nash, straps down. Circling Saban.
Oh, this just ticks you off when you see it at this point, giving the X Division sign.
That's crap.
And it's a situation where he would be pinned at this point if it wasn't for Alex Shelley.
Jackknife powerbomb.
You and I might know what really went on right here.
Exactly right, Don. Come on. Count 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Kevin Nash.
What did he prove?
Well, he proved he can beat Chris Saban with help from Alex Shelley.
That's it.
He proved he can beat him 2-on-1. Oh, look at him celebrating here like they just won the World Series. Come on.
Again, what we have just witnessed from Kevin Nash proves absolutely nothing when it comes to him against the X Division. All thanks to Alex Shelley, he gets the win. To the back, JB with America's Most Wanted. Go, JB.
Backstage here at the World Tag Team Champions, America's Most Wanted, and Gail Kim. Tonight, you guys step into the ring defending those World Tag Team titles at Slammiversary, the 4-year anniversary of TNA.
That's right.
You guys have been here since day 1 in TNA. Seen tag teams come and go.
Usually go.
This is the last chance for AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels.
Last chance? No, for AJ and Daniels tonight, they have no chance. Let's talk about this little experiment, Borash, that they have. The 2 greatest X Division wrestlers step into the tag team division with America's Most Wanted. Well, boys, your little experiment has not only failed, it has been a complete disaster. We have beaten you every single time we step into the ring with you. They talk about the disrespect that we have brought the tag team titles. How do you disrespect the titles when you are looking at the longest reigning world champions in NWA history? That's right. I understand you have a little problem with our friend Gail here, huh? They say something about a neutralizer, Gail.
You know what? I really don't know what you're talking about, first of all.
I do.
Secondly, I can see why I'm such a distraction. But let me tell you, AJ and Daniels, tonight is not going to be any different from any other night. Right, boys?
You see, it's easy. About a 6-pack ago, I'd have told you guys how great you are, okay? You may think you're tough. Boys, you ain't tough enough, because right now, I'm happier than a fat gopher in soft dirt. Sorry about your damn luck. Let's go, boys.
Let's go do this.
Look, no excuses, no justification, but you know you whittle away all the interference, all the distractions, all of Gail Kim.
Something just bounced into the ring! Look at that! Gail Kim
And the better team isn't America's Most Wanted. It's AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels, and that's why we should get this title shot.
I gave you opportunity. You lost 3 times.
Harris has got that belly club. He's got that police baton, and he just hit AJ in the back of the head.
Look, Larry. If you give us this match at Slammiversary, we will not come to you again. Because after Slammiversary, we won't have to.
Do you promise?
Well, we have a way of neutralizing Gail Kim. So, I'll make that a guarantee.
All right, it's a deal.
It is time for the first of 2 championship matches here at Slammiversary. There you see the 2 teams illustrated. AMW to defend against AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. And yes, the NWA World Tag Team Gold at stake at Slammiversary, with America's Most Wanted to defend against, as Chris Harris said, 2 of the greatest X Division stars ever. Let's break it down with the taglines in this matchup. It has been 8+ months since Chris Harris and James Storm defeated the Naturals to win the tag titles, a TNA record and the longest run that we can find on record in over 30 years. Styles and Daniels, they pleaded with Larry Zbyszko from the championship committee. One more opportunity to win the gold. Tonight is that chance. Styles and Daniels, they've never beaten AMW on pay-per-view or Impact, but they claim to have a plan in place to neutralize Gail Kim, who has been the difference maker in the past.
Ladies and gentlemen, TNA Slammiversary continues with the following 1-4 contest for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing team number 1, the challengers. First from Gainesville, Georgia, the phenomenal AJ Styles. And his tag team partner from the City of Angels, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Don West, earlier today, I saw you talking with AJ Styles and the Fallen Angel, and I know that you had to ask them what the plan was that they have in store to neutralize Gail Kim. Get it out. Come clean. Don't backtrack with me now.
I'll let you leave a little secret a little bit later on.
And their opponents, accompanied to the ring by Gail Kim, Wildcat Chris Harris, Cowboy James Storm, the NWA World Tag Team Champions, America's Most Wanted.
I guess it's safe to say that the record books don't lie.
We looked through the record books all the way back to,
of course.
What are you asking me? Okay, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Wildcats Dad. All right, but that'll get you out of here. Look at that. Keep your eye right there on.
What's Storm doing?
I don't know. Maybe right something. Checking something.
Anyway, regroup and pick up your thoughts when it comes to the longest reigning tag team champions, a TNA record. And we went through the record books earlier today.
All the way back to 75. Nobody has held the belts as long as they have 8 months and a week.
Yes, they hold the gold. 8 months plus 1 week. America's Most Wanted, Storm and Harris, have held the gold. And tonight, it's at stake here at Slammiversary. Styles and Daniels, for whatever reason, AMW has really had their number. And I guess the biggest reason has been Gail Kim.
Well, she's obviously somebody that has such ability in the ring that, she can foil you in so many ways. And Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles should have been smarter than that in the past. And they've been bragging on and on about they have a neutralizer. And yes, I talked to both of them. And no, they're not letting me know what it is. But when you would talk to them, Mike, you'd see this grin come across their faces. You'd see this little sparkle in their eyes. They know what it takes to take Gail Kim out of this. And I think it's one of those deals where they're wanting Gail Kim to interfere. They want Gail Kim to try to be a part of this match because they've got something for her.
I've been surprised that Styles and Daniels haven't had more success against AMW. And when you talk to them, I think they share that same feeling. But they realize that Gail Kim has just interfered time after time. It's kept them away from the tag team gold. Let's Let's see if they do have a plan. Neutralize Gail Kim, and at the same time, maybe they can win the tag team titles and stop this 8+ month run of America's Most Wanted.
And let's face it, as good as the phenomenal AJ Styles and the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels are, and they are good. They are absolutely incredible. America's Most Wanted are what a tag team is all about. They know what the belts mean. They know how to keep the belts on their shoulders. They know how to have a title reign. They know how to win it when they lose it. I mean, these guys work together so well. That's why they are the greatest tag team in TNA history.
And you heard the interview with JB prior to the match, Don. It's 4 years America's Most Wanted here in TNA. How many tag teams stay together in this era for 4 years? Shoulder block by Styles, then springs in. Storm caught him with the elbow. Quickly, AJ shot off into the ropes. Great ability and agility as Styles lands on his feet and then gets tremendous leg extension with the drop kick. That's how you do it, is what he said.
You got that right. He just killed him with that drop kick, and nobody, I mean nobody, lays a drop kick on you like the phenomenal AJ Styles. Something about the way he does it, it's a thing of beauty. And I've always thought of these two working together that they would be magic, and they are at times. But you're not truly magical until you know how to get the win, you know how to get the finish. And they've got to do it here tonight. But they've got to be relentless. They've got to be worked together so well.
We talked about it for years. Styles and Daniels, rivals in the X Division. But you always had that thought in the back of your mind, didn't you?
The Dream Team.
The Dream Team. If you put them together as a team, you think that they would have to succeed, but because what AMW and Gail Kim have done to keep them from that success, I think it's really gotten under the skin of two men who in the past have been tag team champions, but just not with each other.
Yeah, but one thing you can't take away from America's Most Wanted, and that's their confidence and their cockiness, and that's exactly what they do. They let you think you get the momentum. They let you think you're taking control of the match, and then they do just like this. You can see Wildcat, but wow, Christopher Daniels turns it right around.
Oh, he sure did. Rolled through, grabbed the arm of the Wildcat, Chris Harris, and arm barred him, but then Harris surprised Daniels and caught him with a forearm shot.
Oh, look at that agility right there by Christopher Daniels. He's somebody that just has so much charisma. Just oozes out of his body. But Wildcat, if there's one thing advantage he has, it's strength. And you can tell, oh man, takes a shortcut right there.
Poked him right in the eyes. Advantage now AMW while Daniels tries to regroup and clear the cobwebs and try to clear his vision at the same time. Right back to the arm goes Chris Harris.
Oh, look at I mean, Fallen Angel just comes at you so many different ways. Oh, now I'm just stepping on the head, trying to get into the man.
Oh, I love it. Just put on the brakes, put the big boot right to the back of the head, and then drives with all of his weight. That boot to the back. Harris goes right into the canvas. Drop kick by Daniels.
Now think about this. Both those guys right there, Daniels and of course AJ, have held X Division. Oh, nice shot. I'm not making a comment.
Go ahead, Don.
Oh, I'm not making a man. This is getting even worse.
Perfectly placed drop toe hold by Daniels.
Twice.
And AMW, well, Storm sent outside. Storm going to try and skin the cat.
He does skin it, but he thinks he's got AJ, and or Daniels, and he sends his own partner out.
Yeah, skinned the cat back in, but you're right, he took his own man right out with him, and there you go, Storm.
Well, when you're concentrating on skinning the cat like that, you don't realize who is in front of me. That's how teamwork's done. What a shot! I'm telling you, AJ and Daniels are working to perfection. They're even dressing alike. They're showing unity. They're showing that they are on the same page.
And they're showing confidence as well. How about the smile that just cracked the face of Christopher Daniels? You don't see the Fallen Angel too many times in the heat of the battle. With a smile like that, he's so happy. Directed traffic, pulled down the top rope, and AJ took out both members of AMW.
I was going to say earlier, as we see right here, is Daniels coming right over the... Oh, drops that elbow right down. Think about this. Daniels and AJ both had X Division gold, but yet they have both also had tag team gold, but never together.
Pin attempt by the Fallen Angel, but Storm able to avoid with the recount. They're chanting for the Fallen Angel, and he turns it over to the Phenomenal One.
Oh, you see the possibilities of this team, and man, they are just doing it. Oh, one right after the other. The teamwork is right out of a page of AMW.
Styles from outside took Storm and drove him right into the boots of Daniels and then went right for the pin, but not able to gain the 3 count. Forearm shot by AJ. Gonna bring Storm back out towards the middle of the ring and a scoop and mid-ring slam. Airborne. Oh, look at that knee drop.
Man, I'm telling you, AMW has got to be wondering who they're facing tonight because it's not the same team they've seen in the past. And you can feel that, Mike. You had to feel it, too, when you saw them today. There was just something about the way their mannerisms. Their mannerisms. Oh, choke, hit him in the neck, man. That'll make him lose your breath. And dives right under. AJ just... Oh, when you talk about making decisions in the ring, nobody does it better.
Well, you're right. Impromptu move by Styles, sliding through the legs of Harris to avoid him, but he didn't see that one coming. Harris taking that top rope, pulling it down. As AJ went to spring back, instead he crashes and burns on the floor.
And that's what they do. They bide their time, and they wait for their opportunity. And now you can see it's just become a fight. It's just become a brawl right here in front of us.
Daniels to join the fray as well, so all four men are involved outside the ring. Oh, headbutt by Daniels to the Wildcat. Chris Harrison rocks him with the right hand. Styles and Storm on the other side of the building fight it out, but Daniels getting the better of it there. Great elbow.
Right in front of us. Gail Kim is now, if we get on the back of Daniels, you saw she came in and raked his back. Let's see, and then you see the fight going on there between Storm and AJ.
Boy, tough to follow this action, isn't it?
I feel sorry for the camera guys in there. They're trying to catch everything. But that was what, again, Gail Kim able to come in. And I didn't see any neutralizer there.
I didn't either. What we talked about earlier, we broke it down in the taglines. The fact that she's been the difference maker in the previous meetings between these two teams. And look at this match. Momentum now totally in favor of AMW because of that.
Oh, what a move by AJ. Just again being thrown twice. Oh, nice move by Storm. You got to give him credit. He saw AJ go up. He hit the feet, and look at AJ. Look at the pain. He's out of air. He's trying to catch his breath.
He just landed right across that steel guardrail, and meanwhile, on the opposite side of the arena, the Wildcat Chris Harris, he just tossed Daniels into the safety rail on this side, back first.
We're trying, folks. These guys are just going at it right after another. And now you see here, they're throwing AJ into the ring where Wildcat Chris Harris is waiting for him.
And pin, shoulder up, even before the 2 count by AJ.
A little nonchalant right there by the Wildcat. You don't do that with phenomenal AJ Styles. That's what you're talking about there.
You're right. Only Triple Crown winner, World's Heavyweight Champion, the NWA title holder, as well as X Division champion and NWA tag title holder. Great clothesline by the southpaw. Left arm lariat by the Wildcat, but leads to just another 2 count.
You saw right there what the Wildcat does. I mean, that time he wasn't nonchalant with it. He went and tried to wrap him up and get a quick pin. And you got to give credit, he adapted, and this is what they do. They get it going their way, and Daniel's still not quite recovered since he got rammed into the rail there.
It's what they do best. You see Gail Kim get involved. She's up on the apron to distract the referee. AMW to milk that 5 count that they have before the other man gets out of the ring. Storm drops down for the pin attempt on AJ. But AMW has turned this thing in their favor. They're cut off the ring. They go back to the tag team basics, and they remain in control.
Oh, look at AJ. Nice kick, though, right to the leg. And but Storm follows it back and then levels it with another one. And then goes over and gives a shot to Daniels, who's still reeling.
And they come right back for the pin. 2 count on AJ, who barely got the arm up. What an exchange of kicks between the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm and the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Well, AJ's not been the same since Storm laid him on top of that rail. When he was on top of it and put his feet out from under him, AJ just seems like he can't catch his breath, and he just can't seem to get any speed. And now look at the power. This is what the Wildcat's all about. Nobody does this better. He can hold him up there forever and let the blood rush to his head.
And does, and then drops him down, crashing down with that high vertical suplex.
Oh, you heard him yell. That was beautiful. And it is. I got to admit, it's a thing of beauty. He does it as good as anybody I've ever seen.
Decides that he's not even going to go for the pinfall at this time. Instead, throttling AJ with the chokehold right in front of the referee.
And this is what AMW does so well, Mike. They let you get confident. They let you think it's all you, and then all of a sudden they start humiliating you, and that's what they're doing.
And you can see with what Harris just did moments ago, the choke of AJ. It just points out what you said just minutes before that AJ, ever since that problem out on the arena floor with the guardrail, he hasn't been able to get all of that air, all of that wind right back into his lungs.
Oh, if you don't get oxygen to the lungs and to the brain, I'm telling you, it makes for a long time. And then he's spinning. Oh, he's trying to make the tag. Missed it by millimeters.
You can almost sense here that Styles realizes how important it is to make the tag. AMW doing everything to cut him off and avoid that, but Daniels in for the save before AMW can get the 3 count.
Andrew Thomas tells him to get out, but it was a great save by the Fallen Angel. He had to do it. AJ Styles is in trouble. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen him in this kind of trouble. But this guy has willpower beyond anybody's imagination.
What Storm have in store for AJ now? From the middle open, actually perched up on top. Oh, AJ fighting him off. Knees. There it is!
He hits the Pele! And what a Pele with the World Cup going all around us! That was one of the best Peles I've ever seen! Wow!
Who's better at improv in the ring than the phenomenal AJ Styles? Pele out of nowhere. I know I didn't see that one coming, and I know Storm certainly didn't either.
You were seeing him use the knees to the head, and that's how you get a tag in. Daniels goes over, gives him one, and then brings one back to him.
I mean, Daniels now rested after being able to recuperate outside, and he's taking on both members of America's Most Wanted. Enziguri takes down Harris, scooping a slam for Storm.
Oh, look at this. Oh, a little moonsault like he does there off the, not the BME, but, and then he sets it, gets out of the way, and an elbow by Harris right on Storm.
Right hands directed to the jaw of the Wildcat. Chris Harris who reverses Daniels and shoots him off. Off the ropes, going to go for the bulldog, but instead it's reversed by Daniels.
Oh, look at this. He got it pinned, and again Gail Kim interferes. Oh, man, AJ Styles neutralizes it right there. He throws it right in the ring.
Just tossed it right into the ring.
Wait a minute. What is that? Who is that?
What the hell?
That's what you call a neutralizer right there.
Look at the size of her.
Man alive! Gail Kim doesn't know what to do!
What? Got a throttle. Who the hell is this?
Wow, she just slaps her down!
What?
Now that's what you call neutralization!
Look at the size of her!
Oh,
just choke slam Gail Kim!
Oh, buddy, don't get it arm wrestling time. Look at her! She just physically just manhandles her, Mike! Manhandles her!
What the hell are we witnessing here? We're seeing the neutralization. What a plan this is by Styles and Daniels.
They told you they had it. And let's see just one shot right after another.
I don't know who she is, but this is pretty effective, isn't it? Gail Kim being carted to the back.
So much for Gail Kim. That's what you do right there. Find somebody that got a little size advantage, and that's what she had.
Meanwhile, AMW able to regroup, Don, during that situation, and now look out for a double team on Daniels, but Styles saw that one coming.
Took too long, and roll up right here, got it! Wow! Man, I thought it was over.
2 count only, though. Daniels on the verge of winning the tag team titles. Angel's Wings attempt blocked by Harris.
And he goes over and gives a shot to AJ for good measure.
Now that may be the most important aspect of the move. Take Styles out of the match. Roll up now. Daniels pin. Leg straight to Harris.
Oh, just crushed Daniels with a chair.
Storm from outside with the steel chair. Daniels has been knocked out. Pin.
1, 2, now. Oh, listen to this crowd. They thought it was over.
So did I.
I did too.
Steel,
but it's not.
Steel chair shot to the head from outside. There's the tag. AJ's legal. Referee saw it. Spring
away. Wow.
Flying forearm shot.
He went all the way across the ring.
Storm tried to roll him up, but AJ blocked it. Inverted DDT.
Man, they're on fire right now. You can feel something special happening in that ring, and here it is.
Gonna go pump handle here. Oh, took him down across the knee. Gutbuster. Drove him down stomach first. Styles positioning the Wildcat. Points to the corner. And headed outside. AJ, middle rope, top rope, top
Here
floor.
he goes.
Here he comes.
Oh, he went for the spiral tap and he misses it. The spiral tap fell short, and that's a high risk move.
You don't see him miss that one very often. And how many big matches through the 4 years of TNA have we seen him win? What does Harris have?
He's got the handcuffs that he breaks down. He's got him in his hands.
Got him wrapped around his knuckles. You're right.
AJ's in no shape either.
That's like hitting somebody with brass knucks.
Oh, this is awful.
Knockout blow.
Makes me so mad.
No,
1, 2.
No way.
He pulls him out. He said he hit him with the knuckle. Look at that. He's telling him what happened.
How many times have we seen that from AMW?
A little bit of their own medicine.
You're right.
He cracked him right there into the steps. Oh, he cracked Daniels into those steps.
Styles and Daniels, they did have a plan in place to neutralize Gail Kim, but America's Most Wanted is in control here and on the verge of retaining their titles.
Oh, you can see there, AJ is still knocked out from those handcuffs that were used. They're setting him up for the death sentence. Oh, but Daniels in, and now he's got a hold of him. Yes!
Death Valley driver by Daniels. He motions for Styles. Somersault over, pin. 2.
Yes!
No, just 2.
What a match.
What do they have to do here to win the gold? Styles tags Daniels. He's legal. Fallen Angel, what do you have up your sleeve? Gonna go Angel's wings now?
Here he's got it set up, and look at that Wildcat fighting
Block.
it off.
Storm charges and decked him with the clothesline.
That's the teamwork that America's Most Wanted does so well. It was one of those situations where Daniels had to get it hit. He had to hit it there. He had to finish it off, and now the cockiness. Setting up for the super kick.
Went for the super kick, and you're right. How egotistical can you be? Put the cowboy hat on. Daniels caught him with the boot. Ready for Angel's wings?
Yeah!
He Angel's winged him right onto the cowboy hat.
1, 2, oh man!
Elbow drop by Harris to the back of referee Andrew Thomas, and he tosses him out.
Oh, this is just gone crazy now. As you can see, AJ goes right at him. Into the corner right there. It's Wildcat out of it.
NWA World Tag Team titles hang in the balance. Harris shot off into the corner. Oh, man. AJ went head first into the turnbuckle.
Wait a minute. I believe he's got a bottle. The Storm has a bottle in his hand.
That's probably what is hiding under the ring earlier. He just knocked out Harris with that beer bottle. He hit his own partner in the back of the head.
And look at this. Daniels has got Wildcat. And he's telling AJ to go up top. Wildcat's been knocked out with a bottle, and there he slams him down. Dog splash!
Andrew Thomas back in the ring. Moonsault BME. 2.
They got it!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, and new NWA World Tag Team Champions, the phenomenal AJ Styles and the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
How's that for a little history at Slammiversary? The 8-month-plus reign of America's Most Wanted comes to an end. Styles and Daniels, they had a plan to neutralize Gail Kim, but bottom line, they won the titles themselves.
They sure did. And look at that frog splash. And then here comes the best moonsault ever. And it's over. It's over. And their new champion crowned. Everybody's on their feet. They did have the neutralizer, and America's Most Wanted is in shock, at least Storm is. I don't even think Wildcat's come to yet. And look at them celebrating in the crowd.
Join in the celebration. They're rocking the Impact Zone in Orlando, and you're celebrating at home as well, because the phenomenal AJ Styles, the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, have finally done it. They're the NWA World Tag Team Champions.
Look at this, the crowd just loves it. Everybody's showing the adulation, and they deserve it. It was their last chance, but they were ready. And Wildcat's still out in the middle. It was the beer bottle that we've seen Storm hit so many people with. But AJ and Daniels saw it coming, and it ended up knocking his own partner, and that was that.
They went to Larry Zbyszko from the championship committee. You're right, Don. They said, just give us one more shot. One more chance, one last opportunity, and they just cashed in the gold.
New tag champs.
Wow. We're celebrating here in the Impact Zone. We're going to send it to the back where JB's standing by with Sting. 5 men will compete later on tonight in the King of the Mountain match for the World Heavyweight Championship. A lot of questions being raised here backstage as to the true motives of the combatants involved, namely my guest at this time. Sting, your first chance at Heavyweight Championship gold here in TNA.
Slammiversary, Orlando, Florida. It's good to be in the house. And it's good
to be wrestling for the world title in the very first King of the Mountain match. Everybody has their own strategy, everybody has their own game plan, and I got mine too. After 20 years of wrestling, I can multitask. The Stinger can multitask. Number one, just so it's clear to everybody, if I get a chance to get the world title, I'm going to take it, Christian. Don't let your mouth override your rear end, Christian Cage. Coming straight from the Stinger. And number two, I want to keep Jeff Jarrett away from any kind of power, especially when it comes to the world title right here at TNA, if it's the last thing I do, because it's showtime!
It has been an awesome 4 years in TNA. Let's sit back, let's enjoy, let's relive the greatest moments in TNA history. Tonight, a very special evening. It's an evening that revolves around history. History is made on the first ever NWA TNA pay-per-view event. Toby Keith just suplexed Jeff Jarrett.
The ultimate X-Men! 4 poles! Steel cables forming the X! I'm holding on to everything they want to take away. I'm standing strong against the grain, against the winds they say. I'm falling from the way of man and calling there to stay. I'm letting go of me, 'cause greatness here that lives within me. I'm a fighter, strong and brave. Won't you run with me? I'm pursuing the light of faith, 'cause I believe that you got it! Kidding me! Stranded, no strength to break. I can't walk away, no reason to be afraid. Gotta take a stand and be the man that I'm supposed to be. I'm a fighter, strong and brave. Won't you run with me? I'm pursuing the light of faith, 'cause I believe.
I told you that Hulk Hogan tried to come to TNA, but I took TNA to Hogan.
Jarrett has got to be out of his mind going after these guys.
TNA kicks it off the debut of Impact on Spike TV.
Think about the journey that we've come through, Mike. I mean, going on 4 years, and this is a chance right now for America to see what everybody's been talking about, the phenomenal athlete in TNA Wrestling.
And welcome back, everyone, to Slammiversary. It's the Impact Zone. It's Universal Resorts in Orlando, Florida. We just witnessed in that video package some of the great moments in the 4-year history of TNA, and we're about ready to make another one. Over the course of the past couple of months, we've been talking about the new public face of TNA management, and it's time to introduce the individual who is going to hold everyone in TNA accountable for their actions. You probably know this man as one of the greatest managers in professional wrestling history. But his time in the wrestling business is so much more than that. Front office stints with WCW and the WWE. He ran his own wrestling company, his own promotion twice. Quite simply, he has dedicated the last 25 years of his life to the professional wrestling business. And how dedicated is he? He's so dedicated that despite being in a hospital earlier this week with knee surgery, he insisted on being here tonight as part of Slammiversary. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the new public face of TNA management. He is Mr. Jim Cornette.
And here he comes. Jim Cornette walking down. Just had the knee surgery. Had the cane with him, spinning it around. But he wants to walk into that ring on his own 2 feet. That shows you the kind of guy he is. This is a guy that will get things done here at TNA. Not afraid of anybody. A man that will make sure it's his way or the highway.
I don't need no stinking canes. Finally, Jim Cornette has come back to pay-per-view. Actually, I always wanted to say that, and I figured this was the time. You know, I just saw a match in the ring, and I know better than anybody else when I tell you that's what tag team wrestling is all about.
Amen.
I'm here tonight for a very specific reason, but first, I got to give you a little background. You see, the fact of the matter is that TNA is the new face of professional wrestling, and it's about time, because I'm sick and tired of looking at the old one. Over the past few weeks, even though I couldn't be here because of my knee injury, I've been keeping an eye on things. And I heard a lot about what's been said about TNA. They said that when TNA first started, a lot of people said it wouldn't last 4 weeks. And after the 4 weeks, a lot of people said it wouldn't last 4 months. Well, tonight is Slammiversary. It's been 4 years, and TNA is bigger than ever.
There's Larry Zbyszko from the championship committee. You know he can't be happy about the announcement that Jim Cornette is the new public face of TNA management.
But these 4 years have not been without problems, not without obstacles, not without growing pains. Because you see, TNA is owned by a major corporation, one of the most successful of its kind in the country. But when they entered this project, they had no wrestling knowledge. So what they did was they went and they hired experts. They hired guys with experience in wrestling. But those people, unfortunately, brought with them personal agendas, personal vendettas, grudges, conflicts, politics, nepotism, favoritism. They've been on the take, and it's caused TNA not to accomplish everything that this promotion can. So therefore, that's why I'm here. Because what does any major corporation do when they've been the victim of malfeasance? Well, they go to the state pen and they get one of these guys that are doing 2 to 5 years for white-collar crime because they know how it's done, and they hire that guy to protect themselves so it doesn't happen again. Well, Jim Cornette, I may be controversial. I may not, if you'll indulge me, be politically correct. But at the same time, I get results. I've worked in management
for every major wrestling promotion in this country. I know the tricks, brother. And I have come here at the request of TNA management, not to be on the TNA payroll, but to oversee the operations of this wrestling company for you, the fans. There's some guys back in that locker room that I expect to step up and hit me some home runs. The X Division, Styles and Daniels, Rhino, Samoa Joe, the greatest stars in the ring in this business today. And there are guys back there in that locker room that are sitting back on their big fat reputations, and they need to step up or step off.
Oh, check out LAX.
Because it goes like this, and I want all of you to know this. My job, my responsibility is to see every seat full and to see everybody in those seats standing up, jumping up and down, screaming, "We want more," and saying, "TNA, TNA." Is for everybody in the locker room. Give me a shot, Mr. Cameraman. TNA personnel, wrestlers, referees, announcers, managers, cameramen, whoever. We got 3 goals here, pals. I want people who can have great matches. I want people who can sell pay-per-views. And I want people who can draw ratings. Now, if I see that you can accomplish one of those 3 goals, you're on Jim Cornette's good side. But if you can't, then you need to explore other employment opportunities. Because I promise you this, you think that I don't have the pull or the authority to stand here and talk like this with bass in my voice? Management's on my side. If it comes down to me or you, you ain't gonna make it. So, it goes like this. For the fans, we want what's best, because that's what's best for business. TNA will be the new face of wrestling. The new face of TNA will be success. And I know there's somebody going to want to try me. I know there's somebody back there on the TNA roster that wants to try me. I urge you, I invite you, please try it. Please test it. But make sure that you got cab fare home in your pocket when you do, because you're going to be hitting that back door. The back door is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to anybody that can't play by those rules. But the people that can are going straight to the top, and the people that are going to benefit from it are going to be the fans of TNA, the people right here in Orlando, and the people watching pay-per-view around the world. I know it's been said before many times in many ways, but believe me, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Folks, have a great night. Enjoy Slammiversary, and one more time for me, TNA, TNA, TNA.
He's got the authority. He's got the power. It's a new day in TNA. It's a new era in total nonstop action. Jim Cornette, the public face of TNA management, to JB with Big Papa Punk Scott Steiner.
What a roller coaster ride it's been already here at Slammiversary, and get ready for this. Up next, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner versus Samoa Joe.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't you call that half-breed Samoa Joe. You call him for what he is. That fat bastard, you call him Sloppy Joe. See, Sloppy Joe, you're going to find out why I have the reputation that I do. See, I've beaten everybody from Sting to Goldberg to Triple H to Batista to John Cena. I've beaten them all. And who have you beaten, Mr. X Division? You see, tonight, I know there's some rednecks out in the crowd who are fat, just like you, Joe, who wants them to beat me. See, and there's rednecks watching TV right now with fat oozing over their belt line that want you to beat me. And I know that there's TNA management that wants you to beat me because I don't follow their rules, and they're trying to sell this DVD, this bogus DVD, called the best of Samoa Joe unstoppable. Well, this crap is unsellable. Samoa Joe, I'm going to show you why they call me Big Papa Pump. Tonight, Samoa Joe, your win streak ends. Tonight, I kill you.
Scotty Steiner, one-on-one. Didn't I ask for this? Didn't I say that I can't wait for the moment that Scotty Steiner decides to finally get in my face and do something? Hell, he's been staring at me a lot, but he ain't done a thing.
Nobody eyes the big bad booty daddy.
I'll eyeball you? I'll eyeball whoever I want. Who are you? Who are you in my world, Scott Steiner?
I got a problem with Joe calling himself Samoa Joe. You're a freaking half-breed. And I'm going to treat you like a half-breed this Sunday. I'm going to beat you like a little
164 days, Scotty. I've kicked everybody's ass that's been put in front of me. And on 365, I'm bound to do the same thing. Scott, your reputation speaks for itself. You've been all over the world. You've been a multiple-time champion everywhere you went. You never faced anybody like me.
You talk about my reputation. Well, reputations are earned, Samoa Joe. See, I smashed Nash, Sting. I smashed Triple H.
I'm not a game. I'm a walking war, Scotty.
It doesn't matter. I smashed them all. Why? Because I got the largest arms in the world. You see that, Joe? That's a vein. Something you don't have, you little fat bastard.
What? You've been the big man everywhere you've been. You've punished people everywhere you've been, but you ain't punished me. You ain't faced a person like me.
That's what I think of that undefeated streak. Where'd you earn that undefeated streak? In the X division?
You want to get this on? You want to get it on with me? You must be out of your mind. I'm the one that I'm going to make you humble, kid. I'm going to bust you up from the inside. I'm going to make you hurt like you've never hurt before. Do you hear me, Scotty?
Well, I tell you what, Joe, you look in my eyes, and I guarantee you, your heart ain't as cold as mine, and I'm going to beat you like a dog.
You bring your reputation. You bring those muscles. You bring those suplexing skills. You bring that extensive amateur background, because you're going to need it all against me. I am Samoa Joe. I am TNA's X Division champion. I will show you why I am pro wrestling.
And here we go. Strap your seatbelts on. It's time for Big Papa Pump against the undefeated Samoan submission machine.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest at TNA Slammiversary is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Detroit, Michigan, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner.
Ladies and gentlemen, this matchup, it's not about titles or championships. It's about reputation. It's about bragging rights. It's time to find out who's the toughest guy in TNA. Who's the toughest badass in this company? Is it this man? Is it Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner? Biggest arms in the world, shortest fuse as well. He promises that he's going to kill Samoa Joe in this matchup. Samoa Joe never tasted defeat in 1 year in TNA. Scott Steiner, you have the opportunity to bring that winning streak to a halt right now, tonight, at Slammiversary.
And his opponent is the X Division champion, the undefeated Samoan submission machine. He is Samoa Joe.
This the biggest match in TNA history that a title wasn't on the line, and it has that feel. Listen to this crowd. This man has never been pinned. He's never submitted in 1 year. It was Slammiversary last year. But you look at somebody with the history of a Scott Steiner, and you know that there's no fear in him. And this is the biggest one-on-one test for Samoa Joe to date. I don't care. It's too much on the line. The pride these two have, the biggest test that Samoa Joe has had to date.
The heat between these two, the emotion in this building tonight, it's equal to a championship match. Samoa Joe and TNA, no, never been tested by someone of Steiner's size, by someone of Steiner's strength. That's without question. To me, Don, I look at this matchup between these two as a career crossroads bout. It's for both of them. Samoa Joe, you can take a huge step. You can maintain that winning streak. Scott Steiner, you can enhance that already very formidable reputation with a win tonight.
Boy, this match means so much to these guys for so many different reasons, like you just brought up. And that right there is the experience that Scott Steiner has, and he's going to have to use it. Joe is one of those that is just, he's like a freight train that just keeps coming and coming and coming. But you know what? Eventually that train's going to run out of gas, and this could be the man to stop that. This is the guy that won't back down, won't be intimidated with anything.
Wow, how about that? Great takedown by Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, and Samoa Joe fights him off. Oh, you can just tell, you can feel that. It's the feeling out process, Don, this opening minute. These two big men have been so tentative. Pretty obvious, nobody wants to make that first mistake and have the opponent take advantage and take control early in the bout.
Well, you can look at the eyes. Look at the difference right now. Scott Steiner just has that look of more confidence. You know, Joe brought up the amateur background. Well, you saw a little bit of it right there. Scott Steiner's somebody that if they get the grappling in the middle of the ring, he's going to have the advantage in the mat wrestling department.
Well, you're right. Scott Steiner from the University of Michigan just bulls Joe into the corner with a knife edge chop to the chest, sets him up again and delivers another one.
Scott Steiner. Oh, what a hip toss, man.
And paint brushes him. He just took a 280-pounder, Samoa Joe, fired him across the ring, and then paint brushed him in the face.
You know how many?
That's the ultimate dishonor right there, and you can see. Look at Joe Boyle.
No, he's got a. It's a different look to me. How many times have we had a build-up between two great competitors, like in a boxing ring, and all of a sudden they just be so one-sided? You were blown away. I hope that doesn't happen here.
They go.
And they start brawling.
The two big bulls going right at it. Exchange. Samoa Joe getting the better of it. Look at those kicks. Stiff, lethal kicks and knees. And there's a chop to the back and a kick to the chest. Joe off the ropes, up in the air, drops down to the knee.
That's the Samoa Joe that we've seen here in the last year. A man has never lost a one-on-one matchup ever in TNA.
We talked about the emotion between these two, the emotion here in the middle. Oh, my God! Scott Steiner just took him overhead with the release suplex. Wow!
What strength Scott Steiner showed! And then he comes off the ropes there and gives him a little boot of his own.
And again, Steiner with the vicious kick right to the chest. Wow, Samoa Joe with that flurry looked like he was going to take control, but damn, Scott Steiner turned it right back around in his favor.
Oh, look at this, just putting that neck to the ropes there. Scott Steiner doing the little things right now. He knows that Joe's going to have his flurries. But, man, the strength he used in that suplex just amazed me, and, man, the boot right there by Joe brings him down.
Well, you're right. Steiner able to shoot Joe off into the corner. Samoa Joe gets the boot up and then rifles in first the left boot ready for a face wash.
That's what Joe does. It's humiliating. He's humiliating Steiner right now. Showing him that, yeah, I do that to X Division wrestlers, and I'll do it to you, too.
And Steiner rolls out to the floor to avoid any further disgrace. Well, the paintbrush early from Steiner, and then the face wash.
All the way through the rope! Unbelievable, Mike! How? Man, I lost my breath there. Through the ropes, into the rail.
That was a 280-pound freight train that just hit the suicide dive on Big Papa Pump. Oh, man. Echoed throughout the building as the open hand of Samoa Joe just met the flesh of Scott Steiner with that chop.
Whoa. But Scott Steiner able to turn it around and slams that face into the steps.
At all times when you have Scott Steiner in a wrestling arena at any time, he's so unpredictable. And Don, you felt his wrath on several occasions. You just never know what you're going to get. That shortest fuse in the history of professional wrestling, let's face it, it can go just like that.
And you know, you told me you can't take it personal because that's just who he is.
It's exactly it. I'm on the receiving end of some of those things too. You're right. And he drops the elbow down across the chest, and now he's going to really just rub it right in Joe's face. He's rubbing his nose right in it.
You look at these two, and yeah, they're the same height and the same weight about. Their bodies are different. But with Samoa Joe, it's something about him. He's just...
That's just the intrigue of this match, Don.
Exactly right. This guy's got something so special that you watch. You don't have to like him, but you love him. His work in the ring, and that's the Joe there. What a shortcut by Steiner.
The crowd momentarily took Steiner out of his game, enabled Samoa Joe to mount a comeback, but then the cheap shot, the shortcut, by Big Papa Pump, and there's the belly to belly.
That's strength, man. That's what, 280 pounds?
And he just dropped him right on the back of his head, right on his neck with that belly-to-belly suplex right right? He took 280 over with ease.
Mike, you've gotten to watch the career of Scott Steiner as much as anybody in this business. And
from the start,
you've got to admit, since he's been in TNA, this guy is rejuvenated, is he not? I mean, he looks as good as he's looked in years.
Absolutely right. And now, look out! Wow. Just powerbomb Joe! Again, dropped him on the back of his head. But look at Joe go for the arm. He's trying to seize the arm. He's going to go for the arm breaker. Submission move.
Great defensive move there by Joe because it looked like Steiner was going to try to get a pin. And Joe's the back of his head hurts because he keeps reaching back for it.
That's the key, Don. At the same time, you're right. You can see that Joe's favoring his neck and the back of his head. And can you blame him? He just got powerbombed and suplexed right on top of his head twice.
That's example of the two powers there. Both of them one trying to get the other to submit, and the other one trying to pin the other one all at the same time.
Oh, and a great close-up look. You see the look on the face of Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner trying to fight through the pain of the submission hold applied by Samoa Joe.
And I don't care who you are. That'll take the breath out of you. That'll take the fight out of you. And look at Joe. He knows it. He knows he's got Steiner really. One right after another. Look at him.
You can't even count it. Rapid fire, right hands in the corner. Shot after shot, right to the jaw, right to the chin of Big Papa Pump.
Oh, Joe right now trying to take control of this match, and oh, he's gone. Wow. Look at the power of Steiner. The same thing that Joe does to people.
I was just going to talk about that. That's a move that we've seen for the past year during the 1-year undefeated streak of Samoa Joe. He just overpowers the man and just drives him right down to the mat. Steiner just gave him a little taste of his own medicine.
Trying to throw him through the ropes to the floor, but Joe stops it, and then Joe can't stay there, and Steiner knocks him down.
Oh, you're right. Steiner saw that Joe had landed on the apron, caught him with that forearm shot. They're going to take it out to the streets here. Sends him first through the guardrail. Look out. Look out.
Oh, no.
You never know
Coming
what's going to happen.
Oh, a knee right there to the face of Joe by Steiner, and he's looking for something to plant his head on.
They took him wide
right into the wall.
Fortunately, took him wide of the broadcast position and then drove Samoa Joe directly into the wall right here in the building.
Scott Steiner is he's a force right now. Some guy trying to get out of the way. I don't know. You saw that.
I don't think we saw that.
Scott Steiner just smacked him and grabbed the chair.
The fans around here. Oh, you never know, Don. Look out! Steel chair. Referee Rudy Charles, the senior official. He just gets tossed aside. But look at Joe fight back, knock the chair momentarily down. Steiner hanging on to it. Joe going to try and take it away.
Oh, smash! Joe just smashed the chair right to his face. Steiner gets away, and he's got the chair.
Then Joe went for the clothesline and caught nothing but that steel post, and Steiner just took him back first and rammed him right against the side of the ring.
Oh, and that knocks your breath out of you. And look at this, we've seen him in this spot.
Oh, God!
Oh, God!
I just had flashbacks, Don. I was thinking of Scott Steiner, what he did to Andy Douglas, what he did to Norman Smiley, so reminiscent.
According to referee Rudy Charles, he will give both wrestlers a 10 count. If they're both not back in the ring, this match will be a double count out.
Now Rudy Charles says we're going to get this thing back inside the six-sided ring. They're not too happy here in the Impact Zone about that ruling. Keep your eyes on the count here. I think he's up to 3. Steiner, another chair shot. First one was to the head. That one was to the head and the back. We're at 5. I mean, if Joe...
Oh, there he goes. Steiner's in.
Yeah,
he's
but Joe's still out.
Oh, man, Joe's taking some shots here. He's got to figure out a way.
He's at 7. Keep your eyes on the ref.
He's at 8.
He's at 8.
He's not going to make it. 9.
He's at 9. Joe's got to get in the ring or avoid the count on it.
At the last second. That is sheer willpower.
Yeah, but after being beaten to death out here on the floor with a steel chair, Samoa Joe is reeling, and Scott Steiner, he can just sense it right now. Oh, look at Joe fight back with those open hands home for us. But Steiner cut him off. Inverted atomic drop by Samoa Joe. Joe off the ropes and took him down with that big boot.
What a shot right there, and then he nails him with the back.
Dropped down with the senton splash on Steiner. Both men back up. Whoa! And he cut him off. Steiner almost back up to his feet. Joe caught him with the boot, but Steiner right back on it, shoots him into the corner.
Oh, there's the power of Joe. That's what we were talking about, the same thing Steiner did to him, and look at the look on Steiner's face. Disbelief that someone can manhandle him like that.
You're right, Don. A little turnabout fair play there for Samoa Joe. Able to connect on the similar move that Steiner caught him with earlier. Joe floats over, takes him up. Powered him down.
He got him. 1, 2, now. Steiner's not going to let it happen.
It's a great power move, but you don't have your body, you don't have your weight positioned properly on him for a pin at that time, and unless you knock him out and drive the back of his head to the canvas, you enable your opponent to get that shoulder raised. That's exactly what happened. Steiner avoided the 3 count. Samoa Joe still in control off the ropes.
Oh, you could see it. Looks like Scott Steiner just seems to be trying to, whoa!
Didn't move him with the clothesline, then both men go for the lariat, both connect. Steiner blocked it that time. Steiner off the ropes now. Look at Joe. Yes!
He's got it right here!
Rear naked choke. The Kakita clutch, it's locked in. It's the submission move that's gained him so many victories in the past year.
Oh, it's not going to tap out here. Look at this. You can see referee Rudy Charles looking for it. Steiner holding on with everything, Mike. Look at that look. That tells it all.
Don, over the course of the past 12 months, how many opponents have we seen that have fallen victim to this Kakita clutch? He's got that rear naked choke.
Every one of them, Mike, that got in the Kakita clutch. Every one of them.
Steiner, he's still in it.
And he gets out. I don't believe this. He's trying to fight to his feet.
Momentarily rolled out of it, but Joe reapplies. The choke is set, but look at this. Steiner's up to a vertical base and then backed him in the corner to break it up. Well, just momentarily, there it is. Clock back on again.
He's got him. Oh, nice headbutt. Backwards headbutt, it looked like.
I think that was a low blow.
Oh, yeah, he caught him with the low and the backwards kick there, Mike. Oh, man.
Anything that it takes in Scott Steiner's mind to avoid the loss. Look at that!
Oh, right on his head.
Again.
Right on his head. Oh, my gosh, that might be it.
He took him in the half Nelson.
Oh, no,
he
Joe's
took him
out.
overhead, and for the 3rd time, he dropped him right on his head, right across the back of his neck.
Oh, no, look at Joe.
He's out.
Joe's done.
He's out.
He caught him right in the head. I just saw Rudy Charles mess with his arm. There's nothing to him.
What if Steiner puts on the recliner here? He's going to position him for the move. He's got it hooked on. This could be the end of the winning streak.
Oh, that's it right here.
12 months in the making. An entire year. Samoa Joe never defeated. Steiner's got the recliner on.
Look at Joe. I've never seen a lifeless body on Samoa Joe ever. And there it is. His arm just dropped like a stone, and now he's reaching up. He's trying.
Referee made the count, but only 2. Watch Joe fight through this.
I don't believe this. Joe, look at this.
He's got Steiner up on his shoulders. Where are you going to take him?
Oh, man, right on top of the rope. And look at this. He power slams him.
Slam.
2, 3. Got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
He did it. The streak remains intact. Samoa Joe. The 1-year run continues. And Don, we talked about how big this matchup was.
Look at these guys, Mike. Look at them.
It was a reputation maker for Samoa Joe, and both men, they're just spent.
Oh, they are spent. You see Joe up there leaning up, showing his, but I'm there. Look at he can hardly stand. Joe can hardly stand. What a valiant effort. What a power slam.
Huge step for the Samoan submission machine. The win over Scott Steiner, and Samoa Joe remains undefeated.
They say it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, but how you play the game that matters. Not these guys. They risk life and limb for one reason: to win at all costs. For them, victory isn't everything, it's the only thing. TNA Wrestling presents Victory Road, live Sunday, July 16th on pay-per-view.
Today in West back at ringside, how about that one? Samoa Joe still undefeated in TNA.
Man, Mike, the visual that I have is those 2 guys just laying there in the ring and Joe barely able to get up. It was 2 warriors, and that was how a match like that should end.
Yet to come tonight, the 4-year anniversary of TNA. It's Slammiversary. It's King of the Mountain. NWA World Heavyweight Championship is on the line.
This match is just so unique with all the stipulations. You're not eligible until you pin or make somebody submit. And then if you do get pinned, you got to go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. And then you've got to climb the ladder and hang the belt. It's one of those unbelievable, unique matches that you only see in TNA. And Christian Cage trying to become the first champion to enter and leave as champ.
Certainly one of the keys of this matchup. Yes, 1 champion enters King of the Mountain. 4 challengers on the other side. Talk about having the deck stacked against you. Let's hear from the reigning NWA World Heavyweight Champion, JB, standing by with Christian Cage.
Backstage here with the current NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Christian Cage, about to step into the toughest challenge of your title reign, you defending that belt against 4 guys in the King of the Mountain match.
First things first, JB. Happy Slammiversary.
Oh, yeah, happy Slammiversary.
Did you ever think we'd make it this far? Did you ever think?
No, I mean, thinking back to your debut at Genesis, we got along great, man. It's been great having you here. I'm happy to have you here. Remember the time we...
Oh, you're starting to get a little weird, dude. That's not what I'm talking about. Let's change the subject. I got another question. I got a question. Who's the champ? I'm still talking to you, bitch. Who's the champ?
Ah, you're the champ.
And all the champ has been hearing lately is that no champion in history has retained his title in the King of the Mountain match. If I had a dime for every time I've heard that over the last 4 weeks, I'd have like 51 dimes. But that's neither here nor there. What is here, what is now, is 4 of the toughest challengers in TNA. 4 of the best challengers in this industry. And Sting earlier tonight finally showed his true colors, didn't he? He said something that we already knew, and that's once you've been the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, you can't live without it. It's like a drug, man. You get addicted to it. You can smell it. You can taste it. You can feel it running through your veins. That's the way I feel every time I put it around my waist. Is tonight, King of the Mountain, going to be the toughest challenge of my career? You're damn right it will be. Am I confident? You can bet your sweet little asses that I am. You see, Jeff Jarrett likes to run around here and talk about how he took TNA from a little seed and built it into what it is today. Well, Jeffy boy, I got a news flash for you. Ever since Christian Cage stepped foot in a TNA ring, TNA became my property. It's like this. You show me 4 of the greatest challengers. You show me the young, hungry, and talented Ron Killings. You show me the monster Abyss. You show me Jeff Jarrett, and you show me the legend Sting. And I'll show you Christian Cage. I'll show you the man who's going to walk out of King of the Mountain doing what no man's done yet. The reigning and defending NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Why? Because that's...
Nowhere in the world is there a match like this.
It's not just a match, it's an event.
5 egos going in, and 5 guys who want to climb that ladder and hang the belt.
5 men enter, 1 man leaves with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. In the history of the King of the Mountain, no champion has ever retained his title.
It's every man for himself.
You dare to get in my way, I'll pie face you, goozle you, and throw you into oblivion.
The way I look at it right now, TNA doesn't have a credible champion.
Jarrett's strategy is obvious. He's trying to stack the deck against me, but how do you stack the deck against someone when it's every man for himself?
There's going to be a new monarchy in TNA. I'm ready to eat. You ever seen a hungry man before? Well, you're looking at one now.
I am the King of the Mountain. I earned the right to call myself the King of the Mountain because I won the very first ever King of the Mountain match.
Jarrett goes around calling himself the King of the Mountain, but the fact is I beat Jeff Jarrett, and I'll beat him again. He's not the King of the Mountain, and he'll never be the King of the Mountain again.
The king is dead. Long live the new king, the monster Abyss.
I am going to come after you, Jeff Jarrett. I'm going to be relentless until you are removed once and for all. And Jeff, you better be ready. Christian, you better be ready.
There's going to be a turning point in this match where Sting's ego and Christian's ego cancel each other out when they go head up. And that's when the King of the Mountain is going to seize his opportunity.
I respect Sting. I respect what he stands for. But the fact is, he's coming in to try and take something that belongs to me. He needs to realize that it's the Christian Cage era now.
It's do or die for Jeff Jarrett. Because with the new face of TNA management coming in, if it's who I think it is, I won't even get another title shot. Matter of fact, I'm concerned about my place on the roster. That belt is my protection.
Jeff, you got to have eyes in the back of your head because it's never going to end.
I don't have any warning for any of the challengers into the King of the Mountain match. It's the promise. The promise that every time I step foot in the ring as the World Heavyweight Champion, that I would die. to remain that, and I meant it. Every day is like swim with sharks. That's the way it is when you're the World Heavyweight Champion.
Time for the main event at Slammiversary. You see the champion in the middle, Christian Cage, flanked by the 4 challengers. Sting, The Truth, King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, yes, and the Monster Abyss. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for these 5 competitors as we remind you that it is time for this NWA World Heavyweight Championship matchup with 5 men involved in the King of the Mountain match. Here's the raw numbers. You take a quick look at them for the 5 competitors. It illustrates the pronounced size advantage for the Monster Abyss. 6 feet 8, 350 pounds, but can he parlay that height and weight edge into his first reign as the champ? You hang the championship belt to win the title, but only after qualifying by winning a fall, send the loser to the penalty box, and falls count anywhere. Christian Cage defends the title tonight. But talk about the deck being stacked against him. 4 opponents gunning for the gold. The 2 previous King of the Mountain matchups, a new champion crowned in both. Tonight at Slammiversary, can Christian rewrite the books, become the first to walk in with the belt, and the first to leave as the title holder? First man to be introduced, his nickname really says it all. The King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, and he gained that by being victorious on in one of the 2 previous King of the Mountain matchups that we have had in TNA. This is only the 3rd time in the 4 years of total nonstop action wrestling that we've had a King of the Mountain matchup. And when we heard from Jeff Jarrett earlier tonight, we saw the concern on his face as they anticipated who the new public face of TNA management would be. If it was Jim Cornette that Jeff Jarrett was thinking about, remember what Jarrett said. With Cornette in charge, I know that this is my opportunity, maybe my only opportunity to make good.
Mike, here's a man right here that held that belt 2 times. A man that people, I think, have forgotten about here as of late about his place in the World Championship picture. But if all the guys that are going to be in this ring here for King of the Mountain, there's some major names. That man right there is the most agile and the most athletic, and he's going to have to use both of those things to win that belt.
The 3rd person to be introduced, joining the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, and Ron the Truth Killings, is a man who has never been the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He's 6 feet 8 inches tall. He's 350 pounds. He's a monster that's been unleashed in TNA by the man that accompanies him to the ring, James Mitchell. You saw the tail of the tape. You saw the raw numbers. You know all about that size edge that this monster has. But don't forget the James Mitchell factor in a match like this. When you've got Mitchell at ringside watching your back, directing you, plotting, it could be a huge advantage for the Monster Abyss.
Champion, but when it comes to popularity, it's hard to argue with the way the fans feel here in the Impact Zone about this man. He's an icon, he's a legend, and he still smells it, he still feels it. If you heard him today, he still wants that gold. I think he's going to be a major factor here in the King of the Mountain.
I've been so intrigued by the dynamic between Sting and Christian Cage. Sting has told the world he wants to be in the King of the Mountain. Jeff Jarrett. Eliminate the cancer from TNA. Do not allow Jeff Jarrett to be NWA champ. You take a look backstage here at the Impact Zone at this Slammiversary pay-per-view. What's going through the mind of the champion? Here comes Christian Cage. You know that going through his head at this point, the fact that in the previous 2 King of the Mountain matches, the champions walked in with the belt, but walked out as an ex-champ. Here comes the reigning and defending NWA title holder. Here comes Christian Cage. He's headed into the Impact Zone.
This guy has been such a popular champion. He's been somebody that TNA needed, and he came at the right time. And he's been a great champion. You think of the great battles that he's had with the Monster Abyss. You think of the lockdown, the different matches, but this is his biggest test to date. Never before has he had to defend that belt with the likes of what he has to now. And of course, Sting, Jeff Jarrett, Ronda Killer, and the Monster Abyss.
And never before has Christian Cage been involved in a match like this. The King of the Mountain bout where, yes, his NWA World Heavyweight Championship is on the line with 4 other individuals going to do everything within their power. There you look at Sting to win that title. Jeremy Borash is in the ring. Larry Zbyszko from the championship committee as well. Referee Earl Hebner positioned in place. You can sure feel the tension in the building, can't you, here at Slammiversary?
This is what it's all about right here.
Time for our main event at the Slammiversary pay-per-view. The 4-year anniversary. Jeremy Borash waiting in the ring with the introductions. JB, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your Slammiversary main event and is a King of the Mountain match for the Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the holder of the belts and keeper of the cage, Championship Committee member Larry Zbyszko, and your official is Earl Hebner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your 5 combatants. First of all, coming to us from Charlotte, North Carolina. He weighed in this morning at 230 pounds and is a 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. This is Ron the Truth Kelly. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, entrant number 2. He's accompanied to the ring by James Mitchell. Standing 6'8" and weighing in excess of 350 pounds, this is the Monster Abyss. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, entrant number 3. He comes to us from Venice Beach, California. And weighed in this morning at 252 pounds, this is Sting. Entrant number 4, standing to my right. He weighed in this morning at 238 pounds and comes to us from the Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. He is the self-proclaimed King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Tampa, Florida, by way of Toronto. He weighed in this morning at 230 pounds and is the current reigning and defending heavyweight champion of the world, Christian Cage.
Main event time at Slammiversary. Christian Cage holds the gold high above his head. That's what's at stake in this match. The NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And again, keep in mind, you hang the championship belt to win the title. And here we go, right even before the opening bell. But only after qualifying by winning a fall in the match, you send the loser of the fall to the penalty box for 2 minutes and turn them loose, because falls count anywhere.
And that's what you're going to have in a match like this. Falls have got to count anywhere, because this ring isn't big enough for these 5 superstars. And you see right now Jarrett and Ron the Truth Killings in the middle of the ring. The goal, like you said, is to be the first one to pin somebody or make them submit, because you are then eligible to take the belt and climb the ladder and hang it up. Man, this is an unbelievable match where if you can find a partner, you use them if you can, but it's for the gold.
Well,
so it's every man for himself.
Christian Cage found a partner in Ron the Truth Killings. Not for long, however. The Truth just decked the champ with the kick. Meanwhile, outside the ring, quick pin attempt here by Ron the Truth Killings on Christian Cage, but not even close to a 3 count. Outside the 6-sided ring, it's Sting and the Monster Abyss battling, and there goes Abyss into the steel, and there goes the Truth over the top and down to the floor.
And then Jeff Jarrett right on the champion right there, comes right after Christian Cage, but I like what Sting did. Sting went right after the Monster. He went right after the man who's 6'8", 350, to send a message to everybody. Yes, I am serious, but what a clothesline to take Jarrett out of the ring.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Here he goes.
Now, after the clothesline, follow move.
Wow, what a shot right on top of the head of Jarrett. I don't know, it looks like Christian Cage may have had a bad landing.
Boy, he went airborne, flying off the top, and took Jarrett down to the floor. Action back in the ring. Well, this time, it's Sting and the Truth with a double team effort on the Monster Abyss. Look at him just break right through that double clothesline attempt. Got both men goozled, but instead, Sting and Killings with the shortcut, they rake the eyes.
Well, you got to do what you got to do in a match like this. I mean, we might call it foul play in other matches, but not in this one. This is the King of the Mountain match, and you do whatever it takes to get a pin or to make somebody submit, because so much is at stake.
Truth hit that spinning axe kick to the back of the head of Abyss. Then they look at each other. They're going to work together. Oh.
Wow! That's the athleticism I was talking about. And then the Truth. Look at this. Now wait a minute, Cage.
My God!
Sting on top of the cage.
Sting up on top.
No way!
Look how high he is above the arena floor. Sting looking down. Truth, Christian, Jarrett, Abyss. Oh, God, ladders flying.
There he goes! And he lands on all of them. It's almost like they were daring him to do it. They were daring him. And not only does he do it, but he lands on his feet.
Got to take another look at this. My God, Sting from the top of the penalty cage took 4 men out with that crossbody block. Back, live at Slammiversary. Sting taking it right to Jeff Jarrett.
This is a man that he's had a mission with from the beginning of his entrance into TNA, and that's to make sure that this guy doesn't have the belt. That's to make sure that he gets rid of the cancer that's Jeff Jarrett. And look at him, he's going right at him from the start.
We've got tables, we've got ladders positioned around ringside, and keep in mind that penalty cage as well. Stinger splash in the corner on Jarrett. Truth going to push Jarrett back into the ring. Jarrett's wobbly. He's dazed and confused, and there's a missile drop kick by Killings. Here's the pin.
1, 2, got it!
Got it!
He got it! Jarrett's got to go to the penalty box.
The Truth Killings is eligible to hang the belt and win the title. Jeff Jarrett must spend 2 minutes in the penalty box.
And did you notice how Sting just sat back and watched everything unfold? He just loved it. Killings gets the pin. Jeff Jarrett, 2 minutes in the box.
Well, this is a chance for Ron the Truth Killings, right? Look at this. Sting's the one who throws him in there. I love what Sting's doing, huh? I know he's still got designs on the goal. Everybody knows that. But you could tell that he still will do anything. If it means working with somebody, he will do it to help out. But right now, Jeff Jarrett locked in, and he's cracked. He caught his arm bad. I saw that. And this is a situation right now where the Truth, and you can see in the ring right now, Ron the Truth Killings trying to pull the ladder in it. Christian Cage sent the ladder flying right on his chin.
Boy, you're right.
Oh my gosh, that was wicked.
It was catapulted at that time and caught him with that ladder and Monster Abyss in. with a boot to the back of Christian Cage. Not sure why he's making the save at this point, but you know, the Monster Abyss, who knows why he does what he does.
Well, maybe in his mind he decides that it's better to only have one man eligible than two. Maybe that's what he's thinking.
Probably.
But then again, like you said with him, who knows?
I mean, you're right. At that point, it eliminates one person from being able to climb, but at the same time, you take out that penalty cage factor in the match.
Good point. I mean, the less people that you have to deal with, the better chance you're going to have in the long run.
Countdown clock on your screen shows that we're under 1 minute in the 2-minute penalty session for Jarrett in the box as Abyss takes the champ Christian Cage high overhead.
Look at that strength. McCage fights out of it, rolls him up. 2, he's got it, he's available. He's now eligible.
Christian Cage eligible to hang the belt. Abyss must spend 2 minutes in the penalty box.
How about this? Oh, wow! And Abyss gets right back up to his feet and drop the champ with a clothesline. Referee Earl Hebner going to try and position him over towards that penalty cage. So good luck with that one, Earl.
Monster Abyss, obviously James Mitchell's got to come in there and make sure that Abyss follows the rules of this match, and one of them is getting in there. You can see Jeff Jarrett doesn't even want this guy in, but Jarrett's time almost up.
Jarrett begging off here. He realizes he's only got 2 seconds left. Now his time has expired, and he's out of the box. Unfortunately for Jarrett.
Oh, nice drop kick right there by Sting.
And then Jarrett gets right back into the fray, going to pull Christian Cage by the leg and drives him right into the safety rail, and again he put him right into that guardrail. Wow.
One thing Jeff Jarrett knows, too, is if you're in the penalty box and you survive and nobody hangs the belt, you get a little bit of a rest. And he's obviously fresh, and he went right after the champion.
To this point, oh man, there goes Christian. There goes the champ right into the ladder. To this point in the match, Christian Cage and Ron the Truth Killings in the ring with Sting now. The two men who have qualified, at least to the point where they could hang the championship and win the NWA title.
Oh man, what a shot right there. Oh, but look at what Sting just did to the Truth. Oh, nice elbow right there. Sting's showing now that it's all about the belt right now. It's just one of those things I think you realize when you're out there and you feel the crowd and you feel everything going on. And look at Jarrett.
Keep your eyes on Jarrett here with Christian positioned in between the ladder. He slams it down on his back and then puts all of his weight, 238 pounds.
Oh, look at Christian just fighting to get out of there. But he's stuck. Stuck right in the middle of that ladder. Sting applying the pressure right there on the Truth.
You're right, Sting, Ron the Truth Killings battling inside. We're nearing the half-minute mark, 30 seconds for the Monster Abyss and the penalty cages. Jarrett continues to use that ladder as a weapon.
Oh, look at this, just applying the pressure to the neck. Oh, man, Christian Cage is in a bad way. Jeff Jarrett knows what he's doing, and he can tell by the way Sting's manhandling the Truth right now that Ron the Truth Killings isn't going to be raising the bell at this moment.
Sting and Killing still in the ring. Jarrett circles the ring. Abyss under 10 seconds left. That was a pin attempt by Sting, but a 2 count only as referee Hebner counted the shoulders of Killing. And here comes the monster out. And you know, during that 2-minute session, James Mitchell was positioned right next to that penalty box, right next to the penalty cage, and you know he was plotting strategy for his monster.
I swear, I thought I saw communication from Jarrett to James Mitchell. Maybe it was just my imagination. But right now, right in front of us, the Monster Abyss is obviously plotting. So look at this. Again, you see Jarrett talking to Abyss and pointing him in a direction.
Boy, Don, that was a great call. You
Man,
really
I was right.
That.
He was talking to him, Mike.
And now Jarrett positions the table along with Abyss and then pointed to the ring.
Oh, look at Jarrett. He goes right after Sting. You know, he'll take any shot he can, and then the Monster Abyss goes after him.
Jarrett just sent the Truth. Killings goes face first right into the corner. Rocked in with the right hand. Far side of the screen. It's the Monster Abyss and Sting with, Abyss trying to right hand, but Sting fights back.
Keep in mind, Christian Cage and Ron the Truth Killings, the only two that are eligible to win this title. The only two. Oh, did you see that? Sting and Abyss both go flying over the rope. And there you see Christian Cage still nursing his wounds from what Jarrett did to him with that ladder.
Oh, you're right. The champ out on the floor. Sting trying to regroup as well with the Abyss. Jarrett's got Killings and going to take him right now. Killings on the apron. What's Jarrett going to do? Going to go for the stroke from the apron?
Well, it's falls count anywhere, and this is the way to do it. Right on the rail. Right, and look at this. He's going to roll him over. This is a chance to get a pin. Here comes Hebner.
Here's 2.
He does it. And now Jeff Jarrett's
Jeff Jarrett eligible to hang the belt, win the title. Ron Killings must spend 2 minutes in the penalty box.
Oh, this hurts right now at this point in the match. Ron the Truth Killings eligible early. Now he's got to sit in the box. Jeff Jarrett eligible and fresh.
3 men have qualified. Ron the Truth Killings, Christian Cage, and Jeff Jarrett. But Truth is out of the equation at this point. Well, at least once he gets into that penalty box. Now it's Christian Cage and Jarrett. First Christian sends him into the penalty cage and now tosses him over the guardrail into the crowd.
Christian Cage, man, he knows what he's got to do. He's got Jeff Jarrett on his mind after everything Jarrett did to him with that ladder. Look at this. It's personal right now with Christian Cage. He's going right after Jarrett. You can see the Monster Abyss taking a swipe right there at the head of Sting. Sting trying to find a breathing room, it looks like, to get him some distance.
Well, you're right. Referee Hebner trying to get him back inside that six-sided ring. But it's tough to do in a match where it's falls count anywhere. Look at that chair shot. God!
Sting showing a side that we haven't seen here. He knows it's whatever it takes. We've seen him use chairs. We've seen him break the eyes. I mean, we've seen him jump off the top of the penalty box. That's how important it is to Sting. And another chair shot.
He's waffling several times in the top of the head with that steel. Repeated shots from Sting to the head of the Monster Abyss. A close-up look at Christian Cage taking Jeff Jarrett up to the top of the building.
All the way to the dice, trying to throw him off the top of this.
It's the last row of the balcony here at the Impact Zone.
That's how you'll end it for Jeff Jarrett. Get him over the top of that. But Jarrett fights back just in time, and you see now Christian Cage realizes where he is, and he's on the wrong end of Jarrett's blows.
Well, you're right. The battle on the bleachers is Jarrett coming down the steps with momentum, driving those shots, those right hands to the back of Christian Cage, and that one rocked him to the side of the head, sets him up again and caught him on the jaw.
Ron the Truth Killings has less than a minute that he becomes available. This is good for him. Gives him a little rest because nobody's in any position to hang the belt. Even though they're eligible, they're not in any position. And Sting letting the Monster Abyss have it. I mean, every chance he's got.
Well, you're right. Sting continues the beatdown on the Monster. Meanwhile, Jarrett, the same thing with right hand after right hand for the NWA champ Christian Cage. Whoa, there goes Jarrett over the guardrail. I think we missed that one live. Jarrett crashed on the floor. Sting and Abyss continue to battle. The Truth with under 30 seconds left in the penalty box.
All right, now Christian Cage has a hold of Jeff Jarrett, and he's taking him on this side now. I mean, it's just any chance he's got to humiliate him in front of everybody. And look at him beating him on these steps right here by us.
Look at those shots by the champ. One after the other to the top of the head of Jeff Jarrett. Look out! There goes Sting!
Sting just would he go right through the wall there?
Actually, they broke the wall earlier. Sting put Abyss to it, and now Abyss just took Sting and tried to return the favor.
I mean, we've got so much action all around here, Mike, by the table. I'm trying to protect myself here at this moment. And now you see Ron the Truth Killings. I told you, this is a great opportunity for him. Ron the Truth Killings is eligible. He's putting the ladder in the middle. If we can get a shot of that. Nobody sees him there.
Well, you're right.
Ron the Truth Killings has got the ladder right there in the ring.
And he's one of the three who's qualified to hang the championship belt. Truth, Christian Cage, and Jeff Jarrett to this point. But while Sting and Abyss battle on one side of the arena, while Jarrett and Christian Cage battle on the other, the Truth has the opportunity to hang the belt.
This is it. Ron the Truth Killings. He's going to slide in here at the last moment. Everybody can see it.
Hang the belt and become the NWA champion for a third time. Killings got a grip on the title, but here comes Abyss.
Oh, man, he took too long. And look at this. He sends him right back. You've got to scurry up that ladder fast. And look at how everybody stopped what they were doing when they realized where the Truth was.
Boy, it's so easy for us to say, Truth, climb up that ladder fast, but think about it. Just a couple of minutes ago, Jarrett took him and stroked him right into the steel guardrail.
Jarrett just kicked one of the remaining ladders in the ring and right into Sting and knocked him back into a rail. And you can see now Jarrett has control of Sting.
And Sting rolled in by Jarrett, who turns his attention to what the Monster's doing. They're going to work together again?
Oh, they have got a game plan. I don't know what is going on here, and I wonder if it'll continue, but look at that. They're using that ladder together. They're working together. Now Sting takes it.
You know, I didn't see this coming. I thought if Scott Steiner had qualified for this match, obviously we would see Jarrett and Steiner working together in the King of the Mountain, but I never anticipated Jarrett and the Monster.
What's Ron the Truth Killings doing? He jumped on top of the ladder right there. You can see, they just send him right over the ring.
They just dumped him out to the arena floor, did Jarrett and Abyss. 4 in the ring. Killings outside the ring. 3 have qualified to hang the belt. And a double drop kick by Christian Cage and Sting. How about that? I think they realize they've got to work together to combat what Jarrett and Abyss are doing.
Keep in mind, Sting and the Monster Abyss have not qualified, so they can't get the chance. Look at this. That's exactly what Jarrett did earlier. Now Christian Cage has him in the ladder. Oh, man. And you see Sting going up top on the Monster Abyss. Oh, this looks dangerous.
Look at this. He's got Jarrett sandwiched in there.
Oh.
What are you going to do, Christian?
Look at
this. He's riding his back while Jarrett is stuck in between the ladder.
Man alive, just applying that pressure. Now look what he's going to do. And there he's trying to raise the belt that way. Look at this.
Hang the belt and keep it. Retain the title, but no. Here comes Abyss.
Trying to use the ladder in reverse fashion. A smart move. And then Christian Cage and Abyss both go tumbling out.
Boy, you're right. Cage and Abyss, the monster out on the arena floor. Jarrett in the ring, but Jarrett's out of it after being sandwiched between the ladder by Christian Cage.
How about Christian Cage trying to climb that ladder that way, using Jarrett as the fulcrum there and climbing up the ladder, trying to hang the belt and continue to hold the title.
Again, 3 of the 5 competitors have qualified to hang the championship belt. Ron the Truth Killer, champion Christian Cage, and Jeff Jarrett. On the outside looking into this point, the Monster Abyss and Sting, they need to score a pinfall on one of the opponents just to qualify to hang the belt at this point.
Everybody's just so exhausted. It's the type of match that takes it out of you mentally. It takes it out of you physically. And when you think of everything that they've done to each other with the ladders and the rails and every way that they can hit you, it's just unbelievable that you can stand it all. And Ron the Truth Killing's now going again. Another shot that he's got here to hang that belt.
Boy, you're right, Don. War of attrition here as you try and battle through the pain that you've had inflicted on you by your opponents in Killings. Going to try and hang it again. The Truth close. Here comes Abyss measuring him, but Killings is on the verge. Hang the title, Truth, and become the champ again.
He's got it right here, and you can see sends him back out and again outside of the ring.
All the way to the floor went the Truth. Courtesy of Abyss, and then he flung the ladder back, and referee Earl Hebner got knocked out by the ladder.
Yes, he did, and now Jeff Jarrett, who is eligible, goes for the ladder. Wait a minute, Abyss is standing on it. He won't let Jarrett climb, and look at this, Jeff saying, let me climb it up.
The 2 individuals.
Oh, is he going to give it to him?
The 2 who worked together up to this point in the match seem to be having a problem. Jarrett takes it away from Abyss, almost if he feels like it's his possession, then he should be the one to hang it.
Michael Slam!
Cover! Oh, no referee to make the count.
But he's got him pinned. Wait a minute, here comes Slick Johnson.
Count.
2, 3. He's got it. And now Abyss is eligible.
Abyss is eligible to hang the belt. Jeff Jarrett must spend 2 minutes in the penalty box.
Oh, man, what a time to spend the time in the penalty box. The Monster Abyss has the momentum here, Mike.
He's got the momentum. The big boot drop the champ. And in addition to that, he's got a steel chair. Zabisco in the ring. Going to try and get that championship belt out again and get Jarrett in the cage for 2 minutes. Put that clock up on the screen.
Oh, the Monster Abyss now has a chance to finally win this championship. Somebody that a lot of people feel should. But he needs to get the belt from Larry Zabisco right there.
Look out!
He can't hang it unless he's got it. Oh, Sting sends it through all the tables. 4 tables. Oh, my God.
It came back to haunt the Monster Abyss. Don, you'll recall that it was Jeff Jarrett and the Monster Abyss who stacked up those tables, and Abyss just went crashing through 4 tables on the floor.
Look at this. You've got Sting, who's not eligible. You've got Christian Cage right there.
That's the key to this match.
They're looking for Larry. They're talking right here.
That's the key to this match, Don. Sting not eligible. Christian unloading with right hands. And Sting fights back. And look at Sting and Christian exchange.
Well, it's got to be this way because the belt's at stake. And here comes the Stinger Splash.
Stinger Splash in the corner for Christian Cage. He's going to hook it on here. Ready for the Scorpion.
He's got it set up.
Sting is yet to qualify. He's got the Scorpion on. He's got the deathlock applied. And Christian fighting through the pain. He's trying not to tap.
If he taps right here, that makes him eligible. That makes Sting eligible. That means everybody has a chance as the time is running out for Jarrett. He's going to be free here in a minute.
You're right, 30 seconds and under for Jarrett in the penalty box. Christian Cage fighting through it. Who's he motioning to? Sting continues to apply the Scorpion as Christian tries to use his leg strength to break it and try and hang on.
Jeff Jarrett now is going to sneak up right here. Oh, Sting's not going to.
Was the timeout for Jarrett? Can we get a ruling on that? What the hell just went on there?
I don't know. All I know is somehow Jarrett got out of that cage, and there he is.
Somebody let Jarrett out of the penalty box, and he's got the guitar. Body's laid out. Christian's going to try and get to his feet. Jarrett motions for Sting to get up. Look out! Christian's got the guitar away from Jarrett.
Oh, look at right there. You see Sting put it on Jeff Jarrett right there. And look at this. Sting now has the belt in his hand.
Sting's got the championship belt. Going to try and revive the referee, Earl Hebner.
Look what he threw the belt over there to Christian.
You're right.
He threw the belt to Christian.
He's
telling him to go up the ladder. He's got Jarrett under control. Wait a minute.
What?
Larry Zbyszko.
What the hell just happened?
He shot. What was that all about?
We just saw Sting hand the belt to Christian Cage and said, hang it and keep the title. He did want to just keep the title away from Jarrett. And Zbyszko, championship committee member just got drilled right through the ropes. And what does Jim Cornette have to think about this? The new public face of TNA management. There it is. Stinger death drop on Jarrett.
If he can lean over right now and get the pin, that'll make him eligible.
Almost just has to drape his arm across his chest. Now rolls over and does. Where's the referee to count here?
Sting has got him pinned.
Hebner,
come on.
revive him.
Look at this. He's laying on him.
Did he count himself?
2. Now Sting is alone. Here he goes.
So now at this point, Sting eligible and Jarrett's got to go to the box.
Jarrett has got to go to the box right here. Now Sting finally going to get his opportunity. Sting is going to climb up here and win the title.
Sting on the verge of victory, climbing up the ladder, just a couple more steps to go to hang the championship belt. And here comes Christian.
Now the two of them. Oh, look at now. We know what it's all about. Now it's all about the belt. And look at this. Will Sting let him do it?
Look at Christian Cage get right in Sting's face. The tug of war is hitting.
Earl Hebner just dropped him.
My God! First it was Zbyszko with the low blow, and now this damn you referee Earl Hebner. He knocked both Sting and Christian out to the floor when he tipped the ladder over.
No, wait a minute.
What?
No
way.
No.
Jarrett climbing.
No! This can't happen. Jarrett, and he hates the belt. No!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and new NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World,
The words that we hate to hear more than any other in the English language. Yes, Jeff Jarrett has become NWA World Heavyweight Champion as they litter the six-sided ring with garbage.
They know what just happened. Wait a minute. Look at this. Referee Rudy Charles has taken the belt. He's giving it to Jim Cornette.
Who is it? Jim Cornette's got the championship belt. Who's the champ? Who's the champion? Cornette's got the title.